Let's do it, Ramon. Here alongside Ramon, it's Holden. Ramon, March Madness in full effect, buddy. I'm not sweating too much in these two games right now. Just over 151.5 in the Illinois-Kentucky game. It hit that number two times. I mean, 16 points off the close. Give me a break. At some point in time, these two teams will shoot. So that one's going off now. And Bama is leading St. Mary's 41-29, coming up on halftime, about 30 seconds out. So let's talk about this, pal. First of all, how you been? Second of all, the games finally got really good starting yesterday, and I think that Florida-UConn game was a classic too.
Yeah, no doubt. And I'm sweating, Holden, just because I'm not 100%, but I'm ready to go. I'm fired up. Kind of laid in bed watching those first two games, but no doubt. Look, I know the story right now. The tournament has to be, have we done the right thing with NIL? Are we going to let these, major conferences dominate in the future? Is this the way we're headed? Maybe it is, but hey, there's still a point spread on all of them. Florida escapes. Yeah, I had UConn plus the points there this morning over at Tony's Picks, where I, have some products over there, of course. And in that second game as well, I had Duke to roll. So, yeah, it's been a pretty good day to go here. I'm on Kentucky. I'm going to come on here and talk about all the ones that are already winning. We're going to bring you some winners here for sure. Look, I do want to give St. Mary's a chance to stay in this game. I know Alabama looks like they're going downhill right now. I mean, downhill meaning in the momentum department, holding like it's easy, smooth sailing. Yeah. St. Mary's is the type of team that the fact that it's only 170 points here maybe is okay for St. Mary's, but they're going to go in locker room down double digits here right now. We'll see what that line is. And, of course, just about to tip. We'll get your thoughts, and everybody in the chat, hello, but just about to tip, obviously. The CSU Rams, Holden. Stepping up for the Mountain West. Everyone wanted to. Yeah, I still maybe have some criticism of the conference, especially as if I can lament over Lamont in the first half of that Kentucky game, and seeing my guy, former Aztec, really doing a nice job there for Kentucky in that first half. And here in the second half as well, that double-digit lead with 11 minutes to go. Hello, my friend.
You got a lot of energy, man. I'm glad you got a lot of energy. I'm just chilling watching these games today. Illinois fighting back, man, just trying to stay in there. And every time they get to within maybe 9, Kentucky decides to get back, and now they're up 12. Kentucky is with 11 minutes to play.
Okay, we might be heads up there a little bit, I guess, to start, but that's okay. My chat went with Kentucky as well, so I'm rolling with that. But where's that 170 points, Holden? I don't think we're going to get there.
No, but like I said,
obviously it went down big time. 3 whole points there before the tip.
Yeah, like I said, I hit the 151.5, and I'm just happy. I'll sit there. Probably won't take a side. Like at this point, Illinois is down 14. They cannot hold on to the ball. I got to go look at exactly how many turnovers these dudes have today, because it's a 12 turnovers, 12-4 turnover ratio, and Illinois is just killing themselves. If they don't turn the ball over from here to the end of the game, they got a shot, but they have been sloppy. Maybe they're just done right now. It's 68-53. Kentucky, 10 minutes to go. Nothing's over till it's over, but 15 points, Ramon.
Big Blue Nation, stand up here. People want to kind of bury this team a little bit, but I'm a pretty big fan of Coach Pope, so I don't have them, Final Four team or anything here, but maybe we're getting a little bit of old school Kentucky here at this point. Also, just want to mention here coming up, as we're going to be with you throughout the games here, I think, but also the NBA in full swing, and those Denver Nuggets a little shorthanded today. I think they're going to be in trouble tonight against the Rockets, Holden.
Yeah, I got nothing on the NBA. All I've been doing is college basketball. Your NBA tonight, my friend. You will be the man that's betting the NBA. I get to focus on college. I love the tournament, man. I love it. It's the best. And what up, Jacob? Good to see you in the house tonight. We'll see when people start rolling in the next half hour or so. And drop your best bets or any questions you got for Ramon tonight. I'll just answer my own questions. That's about it. So you talked about St. Mary's and Alabama. 42-29, Bama at halftime, 13-point lead. Whew. I mean, this is looking like a problem for St. Mary's. They were a trendy upset. Game's not over yet, but they have been severely outplayed by Alabama so far. We got a few games coming up later on tonight. You mentioned Colorado State, Maryland. I'm seeing 8s. It's you can get 8.5 if you want to back Colorado State. That would be at ESPN Bet if anybody has ESPN Bet. Oh, and Rivers is now at 8.5. So it's 8.5 Maryland. And then the total sitting at 143 industry wide. I see a 143.5 actually. So 142.5, 143.5, 144. Depending on which way you want to go. You got any thoughts on the total, Ramon?
Yeah, I do. I do like the over here. I'm a little bit concerned about Colorado State actually in this game. Look, I'm really happy that the Mountain West was able to get a couple of wins here, and really shout out New Mexico too. Colorado State comes in the hot team, obviously, out of the Mountain West. With maybe we should have saw it coming a little bit. We wanted to bury the Mountain West because of these awful spread records that this conference has had for over nearly 15 years. Basically, they were, I would caught that one, Holden. They were 0-23 ATS as teams that were seeded 8 or higher in the. I mean, that is just awful. And here, though, at least Colorado State and New Mexico have stood up here and got out of that first round. But man, I describe Derek Queen as a player who's beautifully awkward. He looks, man, in an NBA body. He might not be a functional starter in the NBA, but he sure is fun to watch in college. And I feel like Maryland might be a little bit too much for the Rams here, despite this winning streak. Like I said, we should have saw it coming because Colorado State does have some numbers in their peripherals that kind of point to them not being in that typical Mountain West mode, if you will, coming into this game. The fact that they were 13-7 against top 100s this season, and they do have a top 25 effective field goal defense this season and a top 25 defensive rebounding team. So maybe they have some numbers that do portray them as I'll say a final 32 team. I don't know if they'll get past a Maryland team that, Maryland went 11-1 in non-conference games, but they played the number 350 schedule non-conference games. There's only 364 teams. You can't get much easier of a non-conference schedule. So Maryland will have to step up. Last 10 years, 12 seeds. You're looking at Colorado State here, 4-7 ATS in the last 10 years, those 12 seeds that have made it to the second round. Only get that an average of one, basically, I guess, 1 a year, 1.1 a year.
All right, guys, we got real-time in-game betting notifications for the people that are watching us for the first time. That is how we get our picks out. Ramon and I will not be posting our plays in the Discord, though, not official plays tonight. But we'll post him here if you want to tail Ramon. He's an official guy, but he's an official guy at his place. Plug your site a little bit. I love it that you're coming over and helping out, but you guys do a lot of good work over there too.
Yeah, I'm at Sports Money Network. It wasn't good today, Holden. I had to shut it down early, but like I said, rested a little bit for those standalone games. You could do that a little bit. You got to be in front of all the monitors when you got multiple games. But when you got, one game, I could lay there and rest a little bit. I feel great. So we're here. I was over at Sports Money Network this morning with my show. I do the show 7 days a week, every single day. I do take 3 days off, 4 days off, believe it or not, Holden, right in the middle of July. I'm figuring you can figure out which days those are.
Yeah.
And also I do work over at Tony'sPicks.com. I'm on Monday through Friday, 5 p.m. Eastern and 2 Pacific on our happy hour show over there. And I give out some primetime games every week. And I'm official over here at Nuke the House. I mean, I'm old school with these guys. So you catch me over here when they invite me for sure. Take up Holden on the opportunity to watch some ball here tonight. Holden, last night, speaking of my channel over there with Sports Money, we had a nice event. It didn't quite work out for us, but you'll like this story. We sponsored a fighter in LFA, And he went in there yesterday with the company logo on his trunks and on the little banner they hang up. He did lose a unanimous decision in a good fight. He actually won the second round. It was probably 1-1 going into the third round. His name is Kevin Carrier. He did us proud, but he got beat up in the last 30 seconds of the third round. It cost him the fight, but it was really neat to see him with the team logo there in the ring there on YouTube as he fought his bout there. So that was pretty cool. That was some of the things we do over there at our channel. So I see some of my boys in the chat here right now coming over, and I'm glad they're here. I enjoy the coverage with the guys today. Kyle Larson winning the race today. I know the guys were pretty bummed, but it's only snapped their winning streak. That's
I squeezed out a profit today, so I'm happy. It was a small profit. I know it was a rough weekend for the boys in the NASCAR. We have 100% faith in them. The track record's there, up massive units, but it was a tough day. Last night was a very good night for college basketball. Gnarly, you know this. The later plays really crushed, finished up last night. We'll try and do it again. Big O, thanks for coming over, pal. If you want to be like Big O, come from X, get on the YouTube side here, Nuke the House YouTube channel. Or if you're already here, make sure you subscribe to the Nuke the House YouTube channel. So bang, bang the bell? Is that what it is? I'm an old man too. That's what they say. Just bang the bell. I think that's subscribing.
I kind of go with like it, smash it, pass it around, but we're talking about the button here.
Yeah. Big O, welcome over, pal. Gnarly's in the house. Yeah, sure. It's been a nice little run for college basketball. I got absolutely murdered the first 2 days of the tournament. Destroyed. Starting to win it back now. These games are more competitive than they were in the first round. So had a Florida money line and Kyle Larson. I took that on my own. And okay. That really saved my day in NASCAR because Larson ended up winning. So we had that UConn +9 in game, took the over in game. And then Illinois, Kentucky, we got over 151.5. Let's see where the live lines are for this game. And spread. You want to talk NBA? Spread of Steers coming on tonight.
Oh my God! Are you kidding? That's outstanding. I miss spread so much, and here they're going to fire up their stream here this week as we get ready for the last couple of weeks of the season. So looking forward to Tyler and Spread hooking back up here on the channel. Right now, Holden, the featured game certainly right now, Boston putting it down on Portland here. Hats off to Portland for their great run right now, but Boston with Tatum ruled in there. Spread went up a little bit. Hey, Portland's not going to be done in this game, but they are down 13, 64-51. Miami trying to find wins here. Maybe they found someone they can beat today in Charlotte. 57-47 at home. Miami leading. San Antonio all over Toronto here on the road. 62-40 here. More important for Toronto, they're the team battling in the playoff hunt at this point, and the Hawks lead the Sixers 64-52 at halftime. 4 games right now at halftime. Cavs have already won. Pistons win, did not cover against Pelicans. Holland, another good game for them. Rockets off to that lead 5-0. Also, Holden, just tipping off, you mentioned college ball, but there is NIT and CBI games going on just underway. North Texas 6, Arkansas State 4, USF 12, Loyola Chicago 9 early on, and saw one other one, Presby 14-13 over Illinois State, and some minor tournament action. Maybe I'll have a few calls on some games here later tonight. And we'll also follow the hockey as well. Blues over the Preds 2-1, Penguins over the Panthers right now 3-1. Those games in progress in the second period.
Our boy Gerardo wants to know what you're on, Ramon.
I'm going to tell you, really feeling, when you're down for the count, Holden, and you feel like you're on the upswing, it can motivate you a little bit. Certainly, I was pretty excited I said at the end of my show, I invited everybody over here, and I said, if I make it to that show, that's a good sign. So I think that's what I'm on right now.
That's what you're on, feeling a little bit better.
Absolutely.
You know what really makes me feel? Hold on one sec, real quick. Did you bet the total? The total's fallen in Colorado State, Maryland. The game's not even 3 minutes in. It's 8-6.
Yeah, I am on the. Like I said, I'm on the over in that game. So, that's you said it has dropped a little bit here on the live line. I didn't look.
Well, now it's back up. It just went up. Now it just shot up to 148.5. So that thing's 6 points over in 151.5. So now it's what, 9 points over where it was about 45 seconds ago.
And the Rams drop a 3 to take a 9-8 lead here in this
12-8 now. Rams just hit another one. So that's why that thing's up to 151.5.
Sure.
Oof.
Yeah, 12-8 here, 16-22 to go.
Look who's here, Ramon.
Oh my God!
What's up, guys?
Oh my God!
He's been he's now in a bunker in Northern California.
That's right.
He's growing. He's growing weed. He's fermenting his own wine. He's a real man of mystery. Where the hell have you been, Spread? Seriously, dude.
So I moved out of Sacramento. I'm on a 10-acre property now. It's a complete lifestyle change, and selling your house and buying a new one's a lot of work. So I wasn't able to properly take the time to bet the NBA every single day.
Mm-hmm.
But I messaged Tyler and I said, Tyler, I'm in the new place. I'm ready to get back to work.
Fine.
How are you feeling for tomorrow? He said, I'm up for tomorrow. And I said, well, let me call Holden right now. And here I am. So I didn't do very good on my background today, I know. But
no, that's fine.
I don't have everything set up yet.
Oh, I just told you to come on 2 minutes before you came on, so don't worry about it.
Yeah, I'm kind of still setting up here. I got some March Madness on one TV. I was listening to a little jazz music on the other.
Do you have any wild animals on your property, you think? Like bobcats or anything cool, or is it just birds and squirrels? Deer?
Deer for sure. I saw deer the other day.
Mm-hmm.
Turkeys were walking around earlier.
Oh, I love wild turkeys. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, I was a little worried though. I was out there doing like a little stretching routine, and I'm like, I hope this guy doesn't attack me.
No, you got it. You're gonna have a fresh wild turkey for Thanksgiving, man.
Yeah, I definitely can. And I know there's coyotes and mountain lions at night, but I'm not heading out there then yet. I'm still it's still pretty cold up here, so
that sounds amazing. Bear?
So from what I've heard from people who live in the area, I mean, obviously there's the chance of it, but there's not really that many. They say the main things you worry about is coyotes and mountain lions.
Well, let's shout out to a few people, okay? First of all, I saw Tyler's in here. What up, Tyler? Oh, we got the NFL show tomorrow. Are you in for that, Tyler? Tyler, we got the NFL show. Gerardo's back saying, hey, Viper's in the house. What are you on tonight, Viper? Guys, what are you on? Throw it in the chat. It can be anything. It could be ping pong.
One thing,
NBA.
Hold, I know one thing that Gerardo's certainly watching, we're all watching right now, is this demise of the U.S. national team program. Canada has just scored again, and it's 2-1. Man, this is bad.
We can't lose to Canada, especially in the middle of a trade war. Come on, man.
No, and this is a third place game. Remember, Mexico and Panama will beat tonight in the finals of the CONCACAF.
I am not
playoffs.
I am not familiar with it, Ramon. I did not know that game was going on. So
yeah, well, this is a third place game. It's been a big choke job here this week. U.S. already lost to Panama in the semifinals. These are being played at the SoFi Stadium. You figure Mexico, that's the home team pretty much in the SoFi Stadium in LA. So it was just a rough one. U.S. lost to Panama this week. They didn't get to play in this final. Mexico and Panama play in the championship game tonight.
How dare you, Gerardo, root for Mexico over the United States of America? What the hell is wrong with you, dude? It's like Italian Americans rooting for Italy over USA. It's just stupid. Stupid. German Americans rooting for Germany. Spread, are you on anything in the NBA tonight?
No, I was like, okay, I'm ready to get back to work. And I skipped today and I just looked ahead to tomorrow.
Okay, cool.
So all my prep work so far has been for tomorrow. I did pull up the games for today though, but it looks like most of them are in, have already started. The only one that's about to tip off is the Thunder and the Clippers. And I think so you pull it up right off the bat and you go, okay. Clippers are only 2.5. That's fairly interesting, right?
Move is on the Clippers, obviously. Here a little bit spread. Jalen guard Jalen Williams is out of this game. So go ahead, though, if you want to share your feelings. The moves to the Clippers, I don't think that Clippers record at home spread is really, really strong. They've been terrific. This new building, I think, is going to pay dividends immediately for this. I don't know how much this season, but I just think in the years to come.
Yeah, I've already heard people talking about the wall and the free throw advantage that it's creating. And I think the players feel much better having a place of their own. Now that will, I don't want to say forever being a Lakers town, but it's going to be a Lakers town for a while. But these are the type of things they're going to have to do to commit. I mean, so both teams coming to this game playing well, Ramon. I mean, Clippers won 8 and 9. Thunder, I believe, 12 of 13. Another thing to look forward to is didn't the Thunder clinch yesterday?
Give you the update on that as well. Maybe that is part of what we're seeing here. I am on the Clippers.
That's something that I think might play into it. I wonder how the minutes get distributed. So it's pretty early to clinch, right? They got 12 games left.
They have clinched the conference now. 12 and a half game lead there.
Yeah, 12 games left, and they don't have to play for anything. This could be a rest versus rest situation in that first round. I'm going to be really curious to see how they look going against, obviously a team that will at least be coming in off one win. So I think that's an interesting game tonight to get involved with. Like I said, today I kind of, I got everything done and I'm settling in, and I said, you know what, I'm ready to get back to work for NBA. But I don't have a lot of looks. I mean, I'm just looking at the scores right now. Even if we were to jump in live, so first of all, Philadelphia to me is a complete stay away right now. I'm fine not touching any of their games for the rest of their season. Miami has not been playing that well, but neither is Charlotte. I see they're up by 10. I might look at some Hornets there. Miami's really, really bad right now. I've having fun.
You know what I said, Spread? I thought once they finally cleared themselves of Jimmy Butler, I mean, Spoelstra does his magic, right? And I figured that Miami would get right back to business, and maybe they might even be a little bit underrated, but that hasn't been the case.
It's been the exact opposite, in fact. And I was with you, Ramon. I thought, good trade for both teams, right? Miami's, got some opportunities, and Spoelstra's always, done more with less. And that simply hasn't been the case. They've been a pure fade right now. If anything, if I were to jump in on that game, I would look towards taking Charlotte plus the points. Boston's up by 15 against Portland. That's another one. If we were to play it live, only take Portland in the points. Boston doesn't close that well. San Antonio's up by what? What am I looking at here? 29 points.
Oh, yeah, it's a blowout.
Yeah, okay. I don't even care about that game. I won't bet that game live. Houston and Denver. Ramon, I'd love to hear your thoughts on that one. Two teams, both need wins, both fighting for playoff position, both playing pretty well, but completely different styles of basketball. Houston's almost old school. Obviously, they got guys that can fill it up. It's the NBA, but this team wins with defense and rebounding. Denver, kind of the opposite. They're going to outscore you when they play well. Did you have a pregame look in that Denver-Houston game, and are you surprised to see Denver up by 4 here early in the game?
Yeah, I went with Houston for sure. It's one of the first things I mentioned to Holden, because no Jokic tonight here for Denver. So Houston seemed to have the personnel advantage coming into the game. Obviously, you got to lay a little bit extra. The funny thing, Spread, it's been no Fred, no bet. Fred in, go ahead and bet when it comes to the Rockets. So I had to roll with the Rockets here tonight. I figured they're going to.
Well, Fred's playing tonight
by double digits. Yeah, Fred is in tonight. So to me, it's kind of that's the buy sign, right, with this Houston team right now. And look, they are coming in just almost as hot as those two teams you mentioned, the Clippers and the Thunder. But no doubt, they're hot. Houston's hot. I figured they'd get this one, but right now, good start for Denver.
So we're going to talk some college here for a second. I want to bet Colorado State, Maryland over 141.5. It's at 145.5 right now. It closed at 142.5. It's 18-10 Colorado State over Maryland. Now, I know Maryland can lock them down, but I think we're about to get some points, man. I just don't want to bet it 3 points off the close. Now it's down to 144.5. If we can get 2 possessions where we don't have scores, we'll get it pretty close to that. So anyways, that's what I'm looking at. Colorado State leading Maryland 18-10. Maryland's down to -2.5.
Oh man, Maryland, let's go. What's going on? St. Mary's down 11 here. We're just getting underway. Second half in the St. Mary's Bama game.
Illinois soft as fuck, says Christopher. No, man, they just
for
can't
someone who
hold on to
likes
the ball.
upsets. Holden, hasn't this been disappointing so far this tournament?
No, not yesterday and today. It's been awesome. The first 2 days sucked. They sucked.
Well, I think
they sucked for games. The first 2 days were horrible. Yes.
Well, I think Spread's kind of looking. He's trying to say where is our Cinderella? Where's our bracket buster? We might be looking at it in the Colorado State Rams, Holden.
Yeah, well, we're gonna find out.
That'd be nice, man. I want to see some of these double-digit seeds make it to next weekend. It just felt like on Thursday and Friday, it was just there was nothing unprecedented at all. I'm so glad I wasn't in a sports book for that. I can imagine all the guys with the $10 and the $20 tickets, their parlays are sitting there just loving life as every favorite one, and a lot of them covered.
St. John's killed me, just murdered me. St. John, horrible. That was horrible.
Oh, St. John's
died with that. The game died with that. A parlay died with that. That was a rough one.
Yeah.
One of the things we're seeing, Spread, is that the talk has been, is there going to be a growing gap between these, power teams that can basically get more NIL money than the others? And is that why we're not seeing, any real upsets, any non-power schools striking the fire right here, because they're not going to be able to keep up in this new environment in college basketball. So that's a worry, especially if we're looking at expanding this field. And what might end up happening is you'll put a bigger field out there with start off with either 74, 92 teams or something, and then you'll just shove all the power teams into buys and make all the mid-majors play games to play into the tournament, and maybe try to shake things up that way. But if we get another year or two like this, they're going to have to rethink this.
Yeah, it's funny, and I thought it might be the opposite, because I thought the NIL might prevent some of these guys doing one and done. If I'm already making a couple $1 million, maybe I stay a little longer, rest my body a little longer. I mean, I don't see how anyone doesn't correlate all these players getting hurt with the fact they all come out at 18 now instead of 21.
Oh, no doubt. When you get paid,
nobody wants to address that, right? As everyone go, these guys don't play 82 games anymore. It's like, well, they start when they're 19, not 22. I thought it would be the opposite, but you're right. That hasn't been the case. And I thought I heard an interesting thing listening to some just general sports shows, but the idea that, now the SEC is good because their football programs are so overpowered when it comes to bringing in money and bringing in revenue, that they have more money than everyone but the Big Ten. So even though we don't think of SEC as this basketball conference, because their football generates so much revenue, they could end up being a powerhouse in basketball too, which is something, sports fans in our age bracket guys are not used to, this SEC being so dominant.
No, big performance so far for the major conferences, obviously.
Illinois not dead, guys. It's
I hope not, man. I was rooting for them.
Illinois got the ball with a $140. They could not have played worse in this game, and they just cut it to 6. I mean, this is amazing. Yeah. What a comeback by Illinois to get to win the 6.
But we almost had that yesterday in the Houston game, right? And it just, I thought we were going to get that type of upset. And obviously, I was rooting for Gonzaga as a West Coast guy. Boy, they were so close. And then you see the difference of the defense there at the college level, where, I mean, the guy, I don't know the young man's name in Gonzaga, dribbles into a corner and is just stuck there with the chance to win the game.
By the way, I don't know how I had to start sweating this thing. I need 10 points in the last $120 here. I know we'll get some free throws, but Oof.
Yeah, with them kind of to 6, I think you're pretty good.
And a 3-point play. So Kentucky battles back. Well, if Illinois doesn't come back and make this miracle comeback, it was all turnovers. Just miserable in the first half, miserable in the first 8 minutes. How many turnovers they got? They only have 13. It feels like they got 20. 13-5.
Well,
Kentucky
yeah,
had 5 turnovers.
I mean, that's more the key there for Kentucky in this game is the fact that they protected the ball. Not to mention that Illinois just shot 25% from 3-point range.
Man. So Maryland has scored 2 points in the last 6 minutes. 2 points in 6 minutes. And I said I wanted to get it at 141.5. What's going on with Maryland? They can't shoot this bad the whole game, can they, Ramon?
Well, like I said, I think they're, for them, Colorado's got some good, decent size for a Mountain West program, but to me, they need, Maryland needs to be inside on these guys. So we'll see here, but it's going to take work now just to get back in this game, much less get a cover for me here. I was pretty hot today, but this one's going to be a little bit of a struggle here. Another one where my show's chat this morning was all over the Rams, and why don't I have not a dumb show, run a show. Why not listen to my chat?
Was it 7.5 points?
Mm-hmm.
That's what it was?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so now it's Colorado State minus 1.5. Oh, 22-10 Colorado State. I mean, listen, it's early. There's 30 minutes plus left. But
but you have to wonder if this is going to be just like the Illinois game, Holden, where they build themselves too much of a hole. Illinois, right? You take out those first 8 minutes, you could argue they've been playing better than Kentucky, but they built themselves so much of a hole. It's just too much to come back from. This isn't the NBA. You can't run off a 10-0 run in a minute 20 of playing time like these other guys can. So I think that's why some people like college a little more. Leads are a little safer, and it makes like every minute counts more. You can't get off to a slow start, and Maryland might end up being a victim of that today here.
Mel, I tell Mel, NHL, damn good. Penguins money line at plus 210. Penguins now at minus 162. But she shared what she's on, and you can share what you're on too. Smash the like button if you get a second. Got Ramon Spread, who's going to be back in the fold. When's the show starting? What time?
So we're going to be back. I was calling you to make sure, but thinking tomorrow, 4 p.m. Eastern. Do we have anything else on the channel at that time?
Can't do that.
Okay.
Me and Tyler are going to 4 o'clock Eastern.
Okay. Then let's do. What time will you guys be done by 5?
Why don't you just come on why don't you come on the NFL show and we'll just do 20 minutes of NFL. And then you can do we got to do 2 different shows there.
Yeah, we'll definitely do 2 different shows.
We'll keep it to 20 minutes.
So you want us to do 4:30 or 5?
Start at 4:30.
Okay.
I just got to keep doing this NFL show just so we have NFL stuff. Did you guys have a show at Run Pure a while back? Paul and Boots.
Yeah, it's starting back up tomorrow. Yeah. So subscribe to the channel and you'll get notified. Sounds like we're going live at 4:30 Eastern there.
Josh in the house. Maryland has no depth. Going to be a problem for them. Well, they got to dig themselves out of a hole, but they just scored 4 points. So it's 24-16, and it never got down to 141.5. Gosh, darn it. That's the number I wanted. And I am not going 143.5. That's still there are books that had it close at 143.5. By the way, what else is happening in the Kentucky Illinois game? You watching that one, Ramon?
Oh yeah, for sure. Getting down to the wire here. Of course, it looks like it's just going to end up being a little bit short, but we're going through. It looks like a replay here, a little bit of a challenge, possibly 8-point game with a minute to come moving out of the screen here to look at one of my monitors, but. It's going to take a pretty much a miracle effort here for the Illini. Again, you're right. Just fell behind too much there early in the second half to get anything done here in the end. So Kentucky's actually inbounding the ball in the backcourt with that lead, and they're already we're in the foul game now.
Yeah. All right. So did it go over yet? 130. That's 14.
Now we're at one. Oh,
44?
you went with the live bet, you mean?
Yeah.
Okay. I
That's
went with
144, I think is what they're at. I need 7 points in the last minute. Completely possible.
I had the under as one of my premiums today. There's been a lot of unders in this tournament. I know that these guys were supposed to rack up 167 was the total. It actually was as high as 171.5. But
so you're under 167.5.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm over 151.5.
Yeah, just to be clear there. So, hey, I'm watching the women's tournament too, Holden, and I'm going to go ahead and give out a play here right now, top of the hour. And I like Ohio State tonight to upset Tennessee. Or I'm sorry, I like Tennessee to win this one. The move is on Tennessee. They were opened an underdog, but now they're up to a 2.5-point favorite. You might be able to still get some 1.5s out there or 2s, but we're moved up to 2.5 at Circa. That's where the sharp move looks to be, and I like this Tennessee team to win. We're not seeing many upsets here on the ladies' side so far, although we did get one a little bit earlier with a little bit of a bracket buster with Ole Miss beating Baylor as a 3-point dog. They were only expected to advance in about 26% of the brackets that were filled out there, so that was an upset.
Real quick, we're taking Tennessee minus 1.5.
Tennessee minus 1.5, and better hurry because it's on the rise here. The balls
-10 at FanDuel. Okay, cool. I'm going to go put that on the banner. That'll be our first one. It's Tennessee women. Our first bet of the night during the show. Tennessee women's basketball. I did not see that coming.
No,
I don't watch it, but I'll tell your bet.
Well, when you go, I went 4-0 on my show picks on my morning show picks on Saturday. I better keep firing. So we did so today again already, and I was able to come home with Oregon and Duke earlier under on the first game. It was under 124. It went to 112 was the final as Duke won. I like UCLA right now. I had 2 futures plays this season, USC, the Trojans, USC, and USC, South Carolina, and one of probably my favorite player in the country right now. No, not Paige Buckets, but I'm a Tahina Pow fan. Anybody remembers the Pow family? And she's a terrific player from legendary La Jolla Country Day School in San Diego, a really top player for South Carolina. But they only beat Indiana today by 11. There's concerns with South Carolina right now and that they're a little bit banged up here. So I think UCLA tonight, I won't give it out necessarily just yet. Let's see what happens. There's been a big move on UCLA in their matchup with Richmond. They were favored by 15. It's all the way up to 18. They really should crush them, Holden. I have bet it. I have bet UCLA. Maybe that is a play, but I don't know if I can give it out now after losing all that value a little bit.
Gerardo's giving out a play. Sharp soccer dude. I tail Gerardo when it comes to soccer. USA versus Canada over 3.5 minus 108. How do you even find soccer? Yeah. What do you think about that bet, Ramon?
Hey, I'm not going to doubt Gerardo. They only need one more goal. There's 10 minutes left in the game right now. I'd imagine with these, we could see a couple of goals here in the last 10 minutes with these. I don't know. I guess I'll say it. These two jokes of a team right now. Look, the World Cup is coming rapidly, and U.S. is going to embarrass themselves out there as a host team. It's being hosted, of course, by the United States, Canada, and Mexico in a kind of a North American hosting situation, with the big games will be in the United States. But the U.S. isn't ready right now, and they're going to be not looking great unless they can find a way. There's obviously coaching issues here, personnel, finding the right combinations. It's just not smooth right now for the U.S., and it's really, really disappointing and frustrating for U.S. fans. I was bummed, Holden, my new favorite team, not the Tijuana Cholos, but San Diego FC lost their first game ever today. They got off to a pretty good start here in their expansion year in MLS, but they lost to Austin today 2-1. But it's been pretty cool to have another professional team in my hometown finally.
I want to talk with Spread more about NBA, and then if he wants to go to sleep or something, he can do that. Hanging out probably in a hammock outside. Oh man,
I was out. So the first week, Holden, there was actually snow up here, and I'm a California city boy, and I wasn't used to that.
Yeah.
But today's the weather that I'm used to. It's about 67 degrees outside, and I actually did a lot of my work outside earlier. It's kind of pretty cool to be able to do that.
All I can say is that if this 151.5 doesn't come in, I'm going to be sad.
Tatum just went for 18 points here in the third quarter, and the Celtics lead by 15. We're just about to end the third.
I need 4 points in the last 37.8 seconds. 5 points in the last 37 seconds. And it's a 10-point game. It'll be 11.
You basically need Illinois to
score and foul.
Yeah, they have to make the basket hit. I mean, the thing about these college games, the end of the season, sometimes they foul anyways.
We do. They'll foul to the last second. Gerardo, that's now plus 125 at FanDuel. USA Canada over 3.5 goals. I tailed it. So minus 1 billion was the number for me. My first two bets to be women's basketball and soccer. Spreader,
you called for the show.
What? Yeah. What are you seeing in the NBA tonight, Spread?
Yeah, so there's only one game left to tip off, and we had talked about that a little earlier. It's the Thunder and the Clippers. And that'll be tipping off at 9 Eastern, 6 my time. And as far as live looks, I mean, Ramon kind of hit it on the head earlier. Houston was down by 4 when we were discussing that game earlier. They've recently taken the lead, so it'll be interesting to see how that one turns out. As far as the Thunder and the Clippers, it's so tough.
I know. I like your take. I like your look. Spread, you said OKC with that clinch. Clippers are playing dynamite. Look at the home spread record. Yes, the Thunder have been on fire, but there has to be a little bit of relief getting that number one spot in the conference. What you got, Holden? A goal?
We went over 151.5.
Basketball,
Thank you very much, Illinois, hitting a junk 3 with 19 seconds left. Great. You're gonna win. I'm gonna win. It's done.
Yeah, so it sounds like it's Clippers or pass for us here, right, Ramon?
Oh, Clip. I want to. Hey, Holden. I already put in. I put it in as a premium already. I'm on the Clips, my friend.
Yeah.
You like the Clips a lot, Spreader, huh?
Final.
Because I got to tell you, I wasn't listening. Spread, I was sweating the end of that game.
No, it's fine.
But what did you say about the Clippers? Can you say just real quick summation?
I mean, basically, they're hot. They've won 7 of their last 8 games. Ramon and I both agree that their home court advantage is so much better than it was at Staples. And the Thunder potential letdown spot coming off their last victory clinched the number 1 seed. So they literally have nothing to play for the next 12 games. So if I'm Dejanol, I'm trying to get some of these other guys some run, because you never know who rolls an ankle, who bangs an elbow, and now I need someone to take some minutes that I wasn't expecting. A good opportunity for those players to try and to earn their keep. However, maybe some combinations that aren't used to playing with each other, as Dejanel basically just gets to experiment for these last 12 games. So how much of it is going to be all out pushing towards victory, and how much is it going to be, hey, I really want to develop this, and we're going to work on some of these things that we consider weaknesses that we want to tighten up going into these playoffs? Because for being a number 1 seed, relatively untested when it comes to playoff basketball. So, the Thunder, to me, and I'd love to hear your thoughts on it, Ramon, they're an interesting number 1 seed, is where I don't know if everybody's necessarily buying into them for their ability to have playoff success. SGA gets a lot of foul calls. Will he still get those? And besides SGA, who are really comfortable with creating in a half-court setting with less than 5 minutes to go?
Right. And the thing is, look, and give the Rockets all the credit because they're ahead of Denver at this point, but there's no doubt. And look, Lakers, I'm happy. I'm so excited for them too. But you still Jokic is standing right in front of you, it's going to be, I'm not saying that's going to be but if it comes down to that situation, that is the situation that has to worry you, is going up against the big man. They're seated third currently, but that has to be the stigma that you're talking about when Oklahoma City is trying to take it to the next level. Now, I think that,
and even the Lakers, I hate the Lakers, and I'd love to come on here and downgrade them. They got two great options in a half court setting with 2 minutes to go and they need a bucket, right? I mean, they're not worried about OKC clamping down. I mean, that's the thing about the NBA. The good offense beats the elite defense. So I'm really curious to see. I think they're a fun referendum on how much the league is changing and when is this proverbial passing of the torch that we've been waiting for. When's it finally going to happen? Because it still feels like the old guard is running the league.
Yeah. And again, maybe the Nuggets, look, you don't want to squash this opportunity for the Thunder getting, and we talk about clinching that number 1 seed. They do have a lead right now on Cleveland, I think by a game and a half right now. It's something they also can keep in the back of their mind a little bit and trying to find their motivation. But
all
also,
right, I'm making a bet, guys. I'm just throwing it in here real quick.
Okay.
Maryland plus 3.5 in the first half at plus 102. So Maryland plus 3.5 at plus 102. They got it to within 2. They're now down 5 with 3:44 to play. So give me the 3.5. They have fought all the way back from down double digits. 10, 12 points they were down, I believe. So
yeah,
and I'll throw it in the banner. But again, recreational purposes only. But if you want a little sweat, Maryland plus 3.5 first half.
Yeah, Queens starting to get loose there a little bit. But just one more thing spread on that. Clippers teetering right now. They're in the 7th spot, just a half a game behind the Warriors, and we'll see when can Curry come back from that serious bruised hip. He could miss another maybe game or two.
And wasn't that so disappointing? Because I talk about the old guard, but you look at the way that they were playing after Butler. And I don't care what place they were in. They were a legitimate title contender. Now you have to wonder, is he going to come back? Will he be 100%? And will they be able to kind of just step into that instant chemistry and success that they had? So, of course, that's a major storyline in the NBA. And it's, guy who lives up in Northern California, pretty disappointing for us as well.
Well, it felt like to me once they added Butler, it was interesting to me that the odds for the Warriors to win the championship really didn't budge that much. It felt.
I'll be honest, I was wrong. I didn't think it was going to work that well. And I was wrong. It's working great because, number one, they weren't drawing enough fouls. And that's that's one of his things that he does. And two, I was worried about the spacing, but watching on the court, he's getting more space because now Butler's such a threat down low. Steph's got more room on the perimeter. And then, of course, we were kind of lulled into thinking that he was past his prime because he was kind of loafing with Miami. But now we're seeing the guy that kind of carried Miami to the finals there a couple years ago when they definitely didn't have the best team. And so that's why I think these, when I talk about the old guard, and I know Luka's young, but the Lakers and the Warriors are two teams that didn't really expect a lot out of the beginning of the year, and now would not be surprised to see him in the NBA Finals.
All right, Ramon, you got to preview a couple games coming up for us, all right? We got college basketball, Ole Miss, Iowa State. Iowa State 5.5-point favorites. This game's expected to tip, in about 10 minutes from right now? So what have you seen line movement-wise heading into this game tonight? I always have buyer's remorse on Iowa State, by the way. I should just listen to the numbers, but I get burned on that team every time.
Well, I think everyone's a little bit worried about Iowa State because they're a great guard, Keshawn Gilbert, being out for the season, and I think that's why they've been downgraded a little bit here in the tournament. Now, one of the most, poignant stats that I think, you can poo-poo Ken Palm. Look, there's several rating sites. We all know that, and they're all kind of the same, really. They're just metrics. So I know everybody says, everybody's Ken Palm this, Ken Palm that. But the real interesting statistic to me coming into this tournament is that 93.5% of the national champions since the turn of the century have been top 20 offensive teams in offensive KenPom and top 30 defensive teams in KenPom stats. There are only 8 teams that entered the tournament with that criteria. So you could almost eliminate the entire field. 93.5% of the champions, basically, 22 of 24, 23 of 24, whatever it is, have won the title. Those teams are Auburn, Florida, Duke, Houston, Tennessee, and Iowa State, at least the teams that are left. 2 of them have already been eliminated. So there's really just maybe 6 teams on this list that, I don't know, if you go by this metric, going to win the national championship. Iowa State is on that list, interestingly enough, with Tennessee, Houston, Duke, Florida, and Auburn. So I think this is a really good spot for them. I actually like them to be able to take care of this game and cover this spread without Gilbert. I think we get down to some Iowa State business defensively is what it ends up being. This total, another one here in the NCAA tournament in the mid 140s. I don't think that's going to happen. I like Iowa State and the under.
2-1 Canada leading USA. Really?
Yeah,
we need another goal
here.
We need another
5 minutes of injury time. We're a minute and a half in.
Spread, don't feel obligated to stay on. I'm just happy you're
I'll
here.
probably stay on for about 10 more minutes and then I'll cook some dinner. But it's good to jump on with you guys, and I'm excited to. I mean, it's pretty cool to achieve this and move out and start a new way of life. But I'm also excited to get back to work. And
how about women?
You'll be seeing me a little more on the weekends.
Are you really trying to hide from the woman that you had?
No, but I mean, it is a perk.
You can be single out in the country now, though. Spread.
It's not that bad. I'm like,
are you going to farmersonly.com?
No, I'm still using the same ones.
Women? Huh?
I'm still using the same ones. I'm like 20 minutes away from that town that I told you I lived in, and it's
okay.
I mean,
I'm on Bumble, which the ladies go first. Needless to say,
they don't do that anymore.
Not going too well. Oh, don't kill the punchline.
Oh, sorry.
Jeez, Brad.
I know, because I got back on and I was like, that was one of my favorite things is you could browse stoned, and then even if you match, you didn't have to worry about messaging them. And now it's like, oh, I got the same pressure. You know, I can message them.
Colorado State opened it up at 7.
I'm 57 and never been married for a reason, I guess. Maybe I'm not great at making the first move. Yeah. All right. Sean Perry. Oh, I'm going to wait for Holden to come back here before this punchline. Spread. Don't leave, man. I've been waiting years to be on shows with you somehow.
All right. I'll push back the dinner a little bit later.
Hey, when we were getting way back in the day, I was like, man, I really should tell Spread. I want to do some shows with him. And then Tyler, you guys have been terrific. Actually, I'm sorry I don't always chime in, and I actually didn't know that we had stopped. I just thought I was missing them, or my notifications weren't set because I was so in the habit of watching you guys. So I'm glad we're back in time for the playoffs. Here's the Celtics here, up 14, 6 minutes to go right now. Hey, this has been a great story with Portland. Spread. It might end up a little bit short in the end here, but I think they've fixed things pretty well right now up there in Rip City to kind of get this program going here a little bit.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how they react. They've obviously taken the first step. They've acquired a lot of talent, but now the thing is a little higher expectations, and teams kind of know.
Yeah, and they need
Portland, Charlotte, Washington. We got the night off. Portland's moved themselves off that list, so it'll be interesting to see how they react next year, and if they're able to continue this. And for most of these teams, I mean, my main issues is just how deep the Western Conference is. It just continues. To just become the more dominant conference. And we had a year or two where it looked like the East was going to catch up. But now we're back to about about the same, where the West is so much better than the East when you look after around the 5th seed. The 6 through 10 in the West, we talked about earlier. I mean, they could legitimately make a run to the conference finals or the NBA finals. 6 through 10 in the East all look just like cannon fodder for the first round. I mean, maybe Detroit, but I can't see that. I think they're another good story, but I can't see them in a playoff series, right? I mean, if it ended today, they would be playing who? New York? I just don't know if they're ready for that.
Yeah, and not yet for Detroit. They're like one step. They're like one step ahead of Portland, right, where they are on their progression.
And they might be exactly the same. They're just in that easier conference, right?
But at least they have the potential big time star in Cunningham. He had that awesome bank shot the other night to win that game. He's your clutch man that you want with the ball here. He might not be up there with the top elites, but you need a man who can get you that bucket in the key moment, and he looks to be that guy. But yeah, I think we all agree the East a two-team situation there right now. Hopefully, please, no one ruin it. We want that, at least that Cleveland-Boston matchup in the East. And there's no doubt with Memphis's up and down situation in the West that, you put the Lakers in that group with Denver and Oklahoma City. I'm not throwing out Houston. This is a 9-game winning streak that they're on right now. And you mentioned that they have, it's right now 45 all with 4 minutes to go here in the first half. Denver hanging in there. But Houston really needs to still kind of prove themselves as well in that group. I'd be more apt to put the Lakers, obviously, now with Luka. Yeah, that was an embarrassing performance last night for whatever reason, but I'd rather throw them in there than the Rockets right now, even though the Rockets have been.
Unfortunately, you're going to have to. So, Ramon, here's my key for the Rockets that I don't know the answer to, but I think this is what we're going to be looking for in the playoffs. In my mind, they have the similar problem to OKC. I don't like their ability to create in the half court when the game slows down and it's a really close game. What have they been able to do this season that I wonder if it will translate to the playoffs, though, to make up for that lack of creation? And that is offensive rebounding. They've been by far of the elite teams, one of the best offensive rebounding teams in the league. And if they're able to say, okay, that wasn't the best shot, but, I got Adams and Sengun cleaning up the glass and just giving me the putback, sometimes the and one, then it kind of makes up for the fact that we're not creating those high shot quality type looks like the Lakers and the Nuggets can get. I mean, Jokic, at the end of the game, the guys are, even if it doesn't go in, it's always never a shot where you could think the coach is going to be throwing the clipboard, right? It's a good shot that was created within the offense. Both OKC and Houston, when you get it out of their main guy's hands, some of those shots are, you look and you go, we didn't want that shot, right? You just jacked it up with 2 seconds to go on the shot clock, a contested jumper, not what we were looking for to create within that play. So to me, and that's the big thing I'm going to be looking out for when Houston does take the floor, does that offensive rebounding kind of mitigate the fact that I don't like some of the quality of shots they create in the half court with the game on the line.
All right. We got the final score in soccer. Canada beat the U.S. 2-1.
Holden, Canada has defeated the U.S. for the second time in a row for the first time in 30 years. I think that says everything that I've tried to point out here about the U.S. national team.
Are we going to miss the World Cup?
No, we're a host. We're a host.
So we're in.
But not looking good. I'm waiting for Gerardo. I know what we're doing in this. I know what we're doing in this championship game tonight, but I'm just waiting for Gerardo to. I don't think he made the pick in the chat. I'm going to scroll back, but
I think he did. 3.5.
He's gonna. I don't want to. This is Mexico's best team in probably 5 years, right here. To the way I see it right now, and I'd expect that to continue. This is going to be a home game. Panama beat U.S. Nothing new. They've been beating the U.S. too. Right now, Mexico faced Panama in a final of a tournament last year. Mexico took it 1-0. It's going to be a minimum 1-0 here.
Mexico's
maybe,
minus 220. Like, how do you even bet that?
Oh, no, you're going to lay it. You're going to lay 1 goal, probably 1 goal at minus 110, and hope that it gets to 2-0. Or you can lay a half a goal, lay some juice possibly with that. But I got to be on Mexico here. It's a minimum 1-0, and I'm going to kind of taper the bet up to go to 2-0 there. So hopefully we'll hear from Gerardo. There's my man, Xolo Aje, in the chat, my fellow Tijuana Xolos Quintles fan. He likes Mexico in under 3.5 goals to put it to even money. How about that, Holden? Because I don't think we'll get 4 goals in this game. I don't think Panama is going to pack it in. They
you
know.
Tell me, dude. I don't know shit about this. I don't know anything about soccer. You guys are telling me what to bet. I'm just tailing.
Well, let's wait for Gerardo. We got an hour before the game starts, so let's kind of finalize it. But I mean, I know he's out there, or if he's not, I'll review this bet again, or I'll see what he has. I'm not going to punch it in yet. This line's not going to change or anything. But again, we're in the SoFi Stadium. Anybody who's been to see the Mexican national team play in a back stadium like I have been plenty of times.
Don't they throw piss on the American players?
Huh?
Don't they throw piss on the American players, the fans?
Well, there's been some. What happened? There's an old tale about some prominent American players when we won a game over Mexico one time, and we peed on the turf of a Stadium Azteca.
That's not good either.
No, it's not good, and that's just the arrogance of American soccer. I mean, we're not. I'm not saying anything to piss anybody off. I want this program to get something done, but again, this is the best I've seen Mexico look right now in probably 5 years, and it's just in time. Get Mexico in a North American World Cup. Maybe something special. Maybe they can get to a semifinal or even a final coming up. Not all the Euro teams are clicking here right now. They're having some issues too here, and time is coming quickly here for the World Cup. So, Holden, Frozen 4 is coming up. Denver, can they do it?
Yes, they'll do it. Again, that's my analysis. I take my daughter to one game every season. Would love it.
Okay, you like the way they looked?
Yeah, it's like $60. You can get front row seats. It's just a great atmosphere too. So yes,
great team. I got to worry obviously about Maine, Boston College, top seeds, but the tournament's set.
All right, we got to talk college basketball though. Let's go. This is the March Madness show, so I'm going to get us back.
We're trying to get
the Maryland bet lost. Bad bet. Rams lead the Terps 37-30 at halftime. The current line. Oh, I got to get off this soccer. I had all my lines.
Okay, I got you. You're
1.5. We got Colorado State
5.5.
getting 1.5. Colorado State plus 106 on the money line. Maryland minus 136. 143.5 is the total. I'm just not getting that 140. That 141.5. It just doesn't want to get there. Oh, that is frustrating. Okay, what else do we have? We got St. Mary's, Alabama. Bama up 79-63. St. Mary's plus 12. It's juiced to minus 21 for Bama. Up. It just went to – now it's going psycho on me. What line you got for St. Mary's? They just changed things. I got the total at 152. Is it minus 9.5 for Alabama, minus 27? Is that what you have?
I'm going to tell you right now here on that live.
I got minus 9.5, minus 12. So Bama's 9.5 point favorites, minus 108 now. And then the total is 154.5, 72-63.
The big problem here has been the big discrepancy in 3-point shooting. Alabama 44%, St. Mary's 18%. So 4 minutes to go. Look, I'm going to get this over for sure. I think in this one, we're at 135 right now. I am over 148.5 as my play. I think we can get there on that. But big disappointment here that St. Mary's, pretty good outside shooting team, but running up against the SEC team here, it just hasn't worked out, and they've been out-rebounded as well. So about to go here in 10 minutes. So, Hold, you mentioned that Iowa State and Ole Miss game, and I'm going to stick with it here with Iowa State and the under.
Iowa State and the under. Okay. Look at you, Mel. College hockey, too. DU can win it. Okay. Let's go, DU. Let's go.
Yeah. I think if you're looking at the odds in the tournament too, I think DU is a pretty good price here. I might try to quote that for you here, but I think a lot of people are looking, at Boston College, the incredible job that they did in the Beanpot tournament. Always a good indicator, right? When you get a Beanpot winner in a top seed, has always been a pretty good thing. Doesn't happen often, but that's kind of the concern here this postseason is this Boston College team and how good they've been. So let's see if I can't get my Frozen Four up, even though we're on the college hoops. Halftime of some other tournament action. North Texas 34-33 over Arkansas State here with the NIT CBI games. Illinois State leading Presby 46-36 halftime. Loyola Chicago leads USF 36-32. USF opened here -3 for the second half, and they've taken some action here right now in this one. I might play USF. I'm not watching it, so I might just punch in a bet. Just
okay. You're making a personal bet?
Yeah, I'm gonna just put in a little quarter here on USF. Not watching the game, but seeing the line move here, and my pre-flop was USF. I went with the over in that game. That's going to be a little bit of a close call here for sure. And it looks like the first move's on CSU here at halftime, Holden. They're down to 7 now, and actually, Bovada's at, I believe, 6 -120 for the second half bet here.
It's -20. All right. You know what? I might end up hitting Colorado State at the pre-flop. It's down to the pre-flop number and then hitting it again if it goes below it. 142.5 -15 is the number. I really want a 141.5, a better number than the close. They got 67 points. So they need 76 in the second half. Can they do it, Ramon? Can they score 76 in the second half? It's just got to stay close, right?
I would think close is the way to go here. They've got to get back in it, man. Maryland, you mentioned they'd pulled a little bit closer, but now 7 here at halftime. Let me peek at the stats here too real quick.
Oh, God, I think I got to take 140.
I keep hydrated here. Spread, I was doing my morning show, and I had to cut it early for the first time because Ramon wasn't feeling too good. That was awkward.
What, that spread's not there?
Oh, is spread frozen on us?
No, he's there. He's just being very quiet.
No, he's frozen.
Reading.
Yeah, he is.
No, I missed that. So I'm out here now. I'm on the Starlink, and it definitely has some issues here and there.
Okay, real quick, I'm going to take the over 142.5 in a Maryland game. DK -15. My plays are recreational purposes only, but that's what I'm hitting. I'm taking over 142.5 -15 at DK.
Yeah, 3-point shooting, fairly even. Maryland actually 4 of 11. CSU 3 of 9. Maryland has not been to the free throw line in this game, interestingly enough. Holden fouls just 4-2 for CSU in the first half.
All right, I'm going to run upstairs. Well, did she close it? The refrigerator is open. I can hear it all the way down here. Completely obnoxious. Completely obnoxious. What do you guys think about Kent State plus the points? Anyone from Big O?
Oh, okay. I'll get Big O something on that. I think I've actually given out a play on my winnable service. I did take Stanford -7.5 there. That's pretty much what the line is now. Pinnacle is at 7 -115, so that would indicate that maybe Kent's the sharp side here. But I ended up on Stanford in that game. You know, maybe when you look at these two teams, you might think under here. I kind of want to go that way, but I just played the side. So spread hold. Sam has 8 threes for Boston in this game, man. Hauser continues to look good here with this shot. They're up 13. They're going to beat Portland, likely cover this number. Hauser giving them another great weapon. It is a final now, I believe. Here has just gone final with Boston closing them out 129, 116, and an easy over and a great shooting night by the Boston Celtics here.
Yeah, with guys like Hauser and Pritchard, it's just so obvious that when you're on a good team, it just makes you look so much better. And we've seen this so many times with guys on championship teams. And even think back to how crucial Marcus Smart looked to that team. And when they made that trade, I said, boy, I really wonder, they got two kind of chill stars. Smart was their spark plug. How are they going to do without him? And guess what? They're just fine. Right. And Marcus Smart has really struggled to make an impact in his time with Memphis. And now he's over there on Washington. And I'll be honest, I haven't watched too much of the Wizards lately. So maybe he's making an impact and I'm just completely unaware. But I think that both Hauser and Pritchard are kind of being beneficiaries of just being on the smoothest, most well-oiled machine in the league. I know that Cleveland and Oklahoma City have better records, but boy, that Boston team, still to me, when you watch them, they do look like the defending champions.
Bowie is who she's talking about. Mel was saying Holden goes to games. She's seen Bowie play in person. Yeah. Saw him last year, saw him this year. Talking Frozen 4 in St. Louis. Let's get back to the NCAA, though. The tournament, Crimson Tide, 221 away from advancing. They lead 76-63, 221 left in the regulation there. So St. Mary's, 6-point dogs. Losing by 13 right now. Colorado State, Maryland, 37-30. We'll see if Maryland can get back in this game. They have just been they've kind of been out of it. They made a quick run, which is why I hopped on the plus 3.5, but it didn't work. 4 of 11 from 3 and 13-31 from the field. And that's the difference in the game. The Rams are shooting 50% from the field, 16 of 32. And Iowa State, Ole Miss is going to tip off in about 8 minutes. So this should be one of the better games. Iowa State's 5.5-point favorites. 145 is the total. If you watch the Ole Miss game, they beat North Carolina. Almost blew it. All right, it's my mother-in-law. Got to pick it up, bro. Hopefully she'll get me some ice cream. Hey, Cinders, what's up?
Oh, I thought we were going to get to hear the whole order. All right, halftime here, spread 57-all, Denver and Houston. Houston a 4-point favorite for the second half, total 109. Good job by Houston to get back in this game. Like I said, I'm on Houston full game, so I'm going to need a little bit of work there.
What number did you lay there? I didn't see what it closed at.
Oh, yeah, no, 7.5. Yeah. And when I peek at the statistics too, I think a lot of it was because of the factor we had.
Stop me a shake. Thanks, babe.
Vanilla
milkshake coming, Ramon. Sorry to interrupt you, man.
Well, I want to, flavor. Do we know?
Yeah. Probably a chocolate malt. People say milkshakes are just for kids. I think those people are jackasses. Spread, do you drink milkshakes?
No.
Why?
Because I'm trying to be healthy right now. And it sucks because you keep losing weight and you're like, oh, when I get to this weight, I'll look great. And then you get to that weight and you're like, well, I got a lot more.
I know. Ramon, your thoughts on milkshakes for adults?
I would like to have more milkshakes in my life, actually. Yeah. And maybe someone could send some here. How can we do that? Uber Eats?
I'll be married in June. I just call her my mother-in-law, Mel. After going undefeated to start the tournament, maybe Big Ten has had a bad day tonight. Big O. Well, Illinois, bueno, Maryland, struggling.
Fair.
Maryland is definitely struggling. Duke looked impressive today, obviously.
Final.
Yeah, Duke was my pick in all the brackets. Ironically, I never ended up on a futures bet with Duke. I do have several futures still pending. Alabama, Auburn. I do have Iowa State in to win the national championship at terrible odds. Tennessee I have as well, still live, and I have a Florida that I got some really great odds very early preseason, 11-1 to finish in the Final Four. But somehow I didn't end up with a Duke futures bet, but I think that they're the team. I think they're the team to beat over Florida, actually. But it seems like Florida has a little bit more of the public's attention right now than even Duke here. But like I said, Cooper Flag can't miss prospect. Spread, he will be an NBA, all NBA player quickly, I believe. I think he's a can't miss talent.
Only injury, right? So it'll be interesting to see where he ends up.
I think anybody who downplays his talent is just looking for attention.
Spread, you got any futures bets in the NBA?
I'll have to check, but I do not.
Any that would be relevant, I guess, is what I should say.
No, I don't have anything juicy or tasty right now.
Okay. Well, I'm excited. Spread's coming back with a rundown, NBA rundown. Usually he'll do it at 4, except tomorrow he's doing it at 4:30. We got the NFL show, me and Tyler at 4. Tyler and Spread. Spread's back with the NBA rundown. That makes me so happy. Spread. What are you eating for dinner, Spread?
Steak and broccoli.
Ooh, what kind of steak? What cut?
New York.
All right.
I know everyone likes ribeye, but I'm trying to keep.
I don't like ribeye. I only eat filet.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's the only meat. It's the only steak I'll eat, and I'll only have 1 or 2 a year.
So if we went out and I said, "Holden, I'll buy you a ribeye," you wouldn't eat it?
No.
That's insane.
No, it's just too fatty. It's too. No, I'm not a.
I think
good about a ribeye? Seriously, what's good about a ribeye?
That's what I would make when I'm
by
myself.
What is good about a ribeye? Please tell me.
What's up?
What is good about a ribeye?
I mean, the way it tastes.
I don't know, man.
I mean, I don't know if I could like specifically describe like why it's better. But yeah, I definitely enjoy them.
Yeah, I'm taking.
Like if we went out, that's probably what I would order. I'd probably order a ribeye over in New York.
I'm taking the tenderloin. There's nothing better.
All right,
Ramon, steak.
Look, filet is my number one.
Yes,
but I rather than 1 or 2 a year, I eat 1 or 2 steaks a week. Well, in fact, I just had steak before this show.
That's your cholesterol, man. I shouldn't say anything. I ate ice cream like it's
I'm half dead actually.
Yeah.
Here, but no, filet is number one. But I'm buying bulk, baby. I kind of go for the sirloins and try to mix in the fillets there a little bit. So I'm a filet mignon guy first and foremost, but we go to the sirloins. We go to the Mel's got the New Yorks. I'm all over it there.
We got a huge crowd tonight, by the way. What up, everybody watching tonight? Mel, she's a strip girl. New York strip, I should say. And ribeye, then filet. Steak is steak. Bullshit. You ever had what is that?
Chuck.
Like an iron steak and a flat iron steak? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, there's a time and a place. There's a time and a place for a flat iron steak. I can make cubed steak taste like filet mignon.
No, man. No. How? How is it that delicious and soft and gentle and juicy? How can you make it that nice?
I love filet. I love a filet mignon.
Yeah. T-Bone, Big O. Oh, Big O is just whipping out.
You get the best of both worlds right there.
Oh, look at this guy coming in, just showing his manliness. Well, isn't half of the T-bone, or isn't like 30% of the T-bone the filet? Isn't that kind of where it comes from?
That's right.
I don't know if anyone had under 151 in that Florida game. It was the most disgusting loss you ever had in a while. Oh, fathead. We were on the over, man.
Oh, okay. I was on the under there. Kind of blew it over there I was in the old VSIN challenge, 35th place out of the 1,500 entries going into today, but lost that total and kind of knocked me down there a little bit.
Do you still watch VSIN, like with the new lineup and everything? Do they like the new guys? I'm just bitter because my old boss, who he and I don't like each other, I guess, said I'm done at VSIN because he took over. So I'm upset. Do people listen to it still? I guess so, right?
Definitely. Well, look, I like like content, right? I like sports betting content,
Yeah.
and there are some shows that I do have to tune out of that just aren't going to resonate with me there. But I was kind of bummed that they demoted my man Wes Reynolds. I believe he's probably just on contract status now, or
Peterson's almost done too. He'll just do a college basketball show for March.
Yeah, no, he's been on quite frequently, splitting time with Serralo on the nights, probably because of the time of the year there. So, they moved. I was bummed actually when they moved Mitch and Paulie to the afternoon, because that was a show that I kind of like to listen to while I prepped for my morning show, because it started at 4 a.m. But give those guys some credit; they deserve to be on in a better slot. There, I guess, better slot towards the prime time in the afternoon. So, no, I'm still tuning in to a lot of the content on there, but some of them I'm not too thrilled with, and I'll skip.
Spread your days on VSiN are over, buddy. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know.
I tried.
Josh is saying Dave Ross is my only hope. He's the
Ross
only one
is my guy.
What's up?
Ross is my guy. I love Dave Ross.
Yeah.
We've known each other for a long time, since I was in DC. But we got a lot of people watching. Let's talk some college basketball here. Just catch everybody up.
Yeah, Alabama
6-point favorites, and Bama is up 80-66 now. 80-66, 35 seconds to go. Looks like they're going to cover that game. Colorado State has just taken a 42-33 lead over Maryland. I threw over 142.5 in the chat. We've got, or in the banner, I should say, Iowa State just underway with Ole Miss, 2-2. And Iowa State 5.5-point favorites coming into this game, 145 the total. What else? Underway. About 30 minutes away from New Mexico, Michigan State. You got any bets in that game, Ramon?
Yeah, I got to roll with Sparty here, Holden in this one. Look, I'm really thrilled with what Colorado State's doing right now. Maybe they're going to get this upset. Maybe they'll at least cover the spread here, but I got to draw the line at New Mexico in this one. I really appreciate what Patino's done with the Lobos here right now, but I'm going to take I'm going to lay the points here with Sparty in and under.
I think Maryland's going to win this game, by the way. I think they're going to beat CSU.
Well, they better get started here.
I'm not ready to bet it yet, but they look a bit more competent, and the total's up to 146.5. Problem is it's 2.5 points, now 3.5 points. I don't want to get in on it at 3.5. This could be a last possession game. But if you like CSU, now it's a 3-point game. Maryland just cut it to 44-41. Oh,
in the late game tonight with Oregon and Arizona, I just saw, and this is some of, spreads going after these social media touts really hard. I'd like to see him go after Sean Perry.
Spread is or keg?
Keg, I'm sorry. Of course.
Yeah, I was going to say I haven't.
No. Keg in his pursuit of chasing down these social media touts a little bit. I want to see him get Sean Perry all fired up here. Sean Perry's play tonight is on Oregon, so I don't know. I'm on Oregon too. I'm kind of worried now.
I'm not sure what to make of that game.
Well, everybody loves a good Pac-12 matchup in the NCAA tournament.
Should I throw Michigan State in the banner? Because if it's a banner,
I had forgotten that when I was talking to my buddy this morning. I'm like, oh yeah, they haven't played yet this year, have they? So that's a little different.
Ramon, do I throw Michigan State in the points, minus the points in the chat, or is it a personal play?
No. In fact, I gave it out on my show this morning, so I don't see how it's not a public play for me here. As far as that total, also, I gave out the total is actually my premium. Holden, so maybe that's more official my play. That's my tout play, if you will.
Let's do that one then. Let's do the total.
There's no doubt the under is winning, so to speak, in the NCAA tournament. Now you look at the other the NIT and the CBI, it's almost dead overs so far in these games. So that's why I was when someone mentioned the chat, they said, how about that Kent Stanford game? I said, I like Stanford. All my numbers point to under, but the move is clearly on the over. The sharps look to be on the over. So
is it too late to get in on the over, though? It's 148.5. It's up about a point. What'd you get it at?
148.
Just it's a no hook.
No hook. But when I get, when I got a play there, a premium play better be clearing by 3 or 4 points. That's why we do it that way. I don't know how these other touts do it, being a YouTube tout, but my best plays are the ones that I like the strongest, and the free plays are kind of the ones that, I like this one, right? And let's just, the lean, if you will.
So you don't like Sean Perry, is what you're saying?
I don't know. I'm hot and cold on him, actually, but I think he's a little misguided. I mean, I
don't know who he is.
He seems to be obsessed with. Oh, you don't know who he is?
I've never heard of him. Who is he?
He's a internet tout. His dad was a poker player who used to be on those poker shows on TV. Okay, and he's kind of made a name for himself here, being a little bit of a confident man. One of the, here's the thing. This is why I can't get it. I try to latch on to guys like Holden and Spread and try to get my Q rating up a little bit.
Yeah, it's not working.
But apparently I just need to go on and hold some stacks of money in a fancy car, and that helps me pick winners.
Good job, man. So here, if I go Michigan State money line and over 141.5, I'm getting minus 15.
Final.
Oh, you're teasing it.
Yeah, I should probably just hit the total then. And you like Michigan
I
State.
like it under, just to be clear.
Oh, you like the under?
New Mexico and Michigan State game under. Yes, NCAA tournament.
I'm taking that then. I like the under more. Okay.
NCAA tournament again, and I just was talking that I would get the my one over, one of my few overs of the day in that St. Mary's Alabama game. It still stayed under. So
all right, you can get 148.5 just about everywhere.
Yes.
So minus 10. All right, I'm in with you then.
You may have heard what I was saying was NCAA tournament's been a big string of unders, whereas the NIT and CBI tournaments where you might expect no defense. You got worse teams just playing for a small tournament there, and those games are going over like nobody's business.
Do you want to just bomb this Sean Perry guy? Because I'll go in with you. I got nothing better to do. I'm just hanging out with you and Spread watching college basketball.
Well, there was a post that he made that said he's looking to go on some shows and get more. I think you should bring him on here right now so I can
just shit on him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you slide into his DMs and get him on here? Get him on the.
I don't even know how to find him. Let's type in this guy's name.
Not hard.
All right.
Send him the link. I'm going to take him down right here. I'll make a name for myself. You out there, Sean Perry wins?
Should I just write, I'm working with a guy who hates you. Do you want to come on our show?
Yes.
Well, and now, now the big thing is, if you can't really be a good, you fight. Apparently, his thing is to challenge people in boxing matches to prove that he's a better handicapper than me.
Yeah, I'm not a premier. Numbers up, and he's taking a bunch of money. So I got to see who this other guy is.
My check mark's gone. I can't DM people.
Wait, the last thing this guy needs is more publicity. But
we're just giving it to him though. Maryland is within 46-44. So that game is very interesting. Gotta keep
all right, Ramon, I'm going to jump on and hang out with you more another time, but my stomach is growling. I'm going to go cook this dinner, but we follow each other, so we're allowed to DM each other. And I will be sure to jump on the weekend here when you're on again.
No, thank you. Really great to be with you again. Just like old times.
Yeah, it's been a while. I mean, I'm trying to think. It's probably been 5 years since we've been on a stream together.
Holden couldn't believe
it's pre-pandemic when we were on a stream together.
Holden didn't believe it when I knew all these guys already.
All right, Holden. Well, thanks for having me on.
Thanks for coming on. Good to have you back.
4 o'clock. Final plug.
4:30 Eastern tomorrow.
4:30 Eastern. Tyler and I return. It's
NBA
been
runs
in about 4 months. So rest versus rest, Ramon. We'll see which one we have. But I'm excited to break down the NBA. And like I said, I didn't even look at today. I'm already looking at tomorrow's card to make sure I bring the very best analysis. So even if I don't start off 4-0 or 5-0 back at work, you're still going to be getting quality content and well-researched picks. So tune in tomorrow, 4:30, and I'll see everyone then. Okay.
See you, buddy. Good to see you.
Later, guys.
See one spreader. It's back. 4:00 tomorrow. Me and Tyler, NFL show. We'll talk about futures betting, some draft stuff, and then 4:30 NBA rundown. Great to see the spreader. Iowa State 10-5 over Ole Miss, 15:47 to play in the first half. That one just underway. Maryland just cut it to 47-45. They got another free throw coming up. I mean, they could not do anything the first 12 minutes of this game. And now it's -5.5. They're down by a point. Boy, is Colorado State in trouble, man? Should we take points? Should we take the 6.5 on Colorado State at this point?
A lot of momentum right now here for the Terps to pull to within a point here right now. And
CSU money line 3-1. Oof. I don't like what I'm seeing. Maryland's about to take the lead here.
Yeah, Maryland possession to take the lead in.
They played that poorly in the first half, and now they're playing this well. And they got the lead and won on a jump shot, 48-47 Maryland. Oof. It was a good run for CSU. Let's see if they can hold them off now. Because Maryland's used a lot of energy getting back into this game. But now they got the lead. Oof.
Spread. Mel says, bring Sean Perry in. So we're going to make a post here. I'm going to take Holden's post and tag Sean Perry. Well, I don't want to put the link publicly.
You can put it publicly.
Yeah, because you'll see whoever it is. You don't have to bring him on the air.
Who he is.
Sorry, right?
Yeah, I don't know who he is. Big deal.
Well, I was just going to slam the StreamYard link in there. So do it.
No, don't give him the StreamYard link. No,
well, nobody can get in it. I mean, you can get 1 million people on there. You have to put them in there. So it doesn't
I guess you got to. Yeah, don't put that public. Big O is spread on X. Yes, at Spread Astaire. It's one of the best names on X. Spread Astaire.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
The double entendre. Hey, smash the like button. You get a second. That's all it'll take. A couple hundred people watching on X right now. Come on over. Come on over.
100 people? Oh, Sean Perry be here like that.
Nuke the House YouTube channel. Subscribe. Turn on your notifications so you know we're on. And if you're watching on YouTube right now, you can do the same thing. Subscribe to the Nuke the House YouTube channel and smash the like button here. What were you saying, Ramon? 49 up, by the way. Colorado State and Maryland, 13 to play.
Yeah, so Colorado State here's Maryland big time downtown, baby.
Right, where are we on our total bet? 153.5, and we got in at 142.5. All right, that's good. That's a good sign. We're gonna have to get one more winner here. Did Tennessee start yet? I don't know if you had a Ginger Rogers. I was never a big fan of ginger women, and there's nothing against them too, because there's some really beautiful women out there that have red hair. I just never got into it. Just couldn't get into it, Ramon. Even if there was like a little landing strip, it was white. No, it's not my thing.
I'm a man of variety.
I'm a man of variety too. Just the gingers never did it for me. A lot of guys have the ginger fetish though. 100% factual there. Maryland, man. Let's go. No, you're on Colorado State, aren't you?
No, sir. I'm on the Terps.
All right, you're on the Terps. That's fine.
And Colorado State keeps answering right now terrifically, actually.
Hey, my nephew's here. What up? Oh, Betty, hold on, pal. You got my shake? Let's do it. You can't be on. It's a gambling show. You're too young. I'll get in a lot of trouble, okay? All right, buddy. Thank you, Benny. It's my nephew giving me a milkshake. What's better than that? Thanks, babe. What is better than a milkshake and talking about ginger women and how you don't like them?
Is it in a? Can I see it? Is it in a clear cup or no? Oh man, see that does.
I mean, this is a chocolate malt, dude.
Yeah, no, you want it. That looks like, I don't know where it's from, but that looks.
Shake Shack.
Oh,
They got the best frozen custard, man. I love it.
I love I go to Freddy's.
You like Freddy's frozen custard? Okay.
Yeah,
Fathead thrown in a bet. Now, fuck you, March Madness stream. I hate you. Go away. We got a lot. Let me see here. Hartenstein over 13.5 assist rebounds. Yes, that is my hang up, Mel. The landing strip. Back in my 20s, I didn't mind bald. I have like a landing strip now. Sorry, Ramon. We have to talk about sex one time a show, once and once only. And I got it out of my system.
Well, I'm known to be a very generous man. That's all I'll say.
Yeah. Michigan State, New Mexico, tipping off at 8:50 Eastern. About 15 minutes away from tip there. And as you see on the banner, over 142.5 is the play here at Nuke the House. Plug your site again here, buddy. Sports Money Network. Let's go.
Yeah, I'm on the Sports Money Network every day at 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 Pacific. I do a show called The Morning Steam. Says it right there under my name. We talk sports betting for as long as I can stay on without falling ill. And usually it's about 2 hours or more. So usually about halfway through the show, I start to lose my voice. But we do it every day, 7 days a week, because I love sports betting. And what's motivated me, Holden, is not the fact that I sell some picks and try to round up some income to try to fuel my degeneracy. But I think I give out pretty good quality picks, and that's why the people subscribe to those and to support me on the channel over at Sports Money Network. And I also appear on the Tony's Picks YouTube channel Monday through Friday at 5 p.m. Eastern and 2 p.m. Pacific on a show called The Happy Hour. So you can see me there and here. These are my favorite places to hang out.
Hey, the Michigan State total just moved up a point on DK from 148.5 to 149.5. It's 148.5 everywhere else except we got a couple 149. So the total's getting juiced up a little bit. Big deal.
Yeah, no, I mean, like I said, Holden, this tournament has been a rash of now every matchup is, going to be specific certainly, but it's been under city here in the NCAA. Even if Connecticut, Florida, it did go over. Okay, there's some whining on some bad beats. It was finally a game went over, and you needed the two-time defending champion against one of the hottest teams in the country to do it. It feels like there. So St. Mary's game stayed under. Now Kentucky game stayed under already. The Duke game wasn't over there, but that's because Duke is impossible right now for sure.
Josh, I'm going to tell you on the overtime bet. Where'd you get that at? Buzzer beaters 30-1. Where did you? Yeah, first half unders. You're right, fathead. All right, let's see here. Colorado State, Maryland to go to overtime. Josh is on. Man, Maryland seems to be a little too much. It's a good bet at 9-1. Might be worth sprinkling on. We'll see where we are. Maryland, Colorado State's in danger now. This is dangerous time for them because they're down 3 to the Terps with 11 minutes to play.
Yeah, Maryland stayed the course here a little bit, and go ahead.
Their team total is 80.5. They got 57 with 11 to play.
Right there, I believe Maryland knocked that bucket in. It looked like on their own basket, didn't it?
Mm-hmm. They sure did. That helps the total. Let's go. This milkshake is so good.
Yeah, I'm a little bit jealous right now because I really could use a much colder drink than I have currently here.
This is my dinner.
Overtime, Penguins and Panthers 3-all here. Panthers struggling to beat the Penguins today. Blues all over these sad sack Predators. 3-1.
Mel's on the Pens.
Yeah, Mel is on the Pens.
He's
Great job, Pens today. No doubt.
Colorado State with a 3. Penn's plus 110. She got 2-1 price. I'm not betting a 2-1. Hey, Josh, where was the it's FanDuel's where you got the overtime bet? Where do you is it under quick bets, margin, race 2? Where do you find the overtime bet, Josh? Kenneth Peacock. What up, Kenneth? How are you, pal? All right, maybe it's under just bets. No, maybe it's under featured somewhere. Will there be overtime? Plus 840. That's worth a sprinkle. I'm in with you, Josh. Let's sprinkle on overtime. Plus 840 for me. Got it. Thanks, dude. Hopefully it wins. I mean, it's a shot in the dark, but it's a close game. Maryland hasn't pulled away.
Yeah, Colorado, man, nice dunk there. Regain the lead here right now. Yeah, Ohio State out to a little bit of a lead early here on our balls in the game there against Tennessee. 21-17 into the first quarter.
I'm trying to see here.
TCU just knocked off Louisville in women's play by 15 points. They covered. Women's tournament, you got to get the first 2 rounds. There's a lot of blowouts. Fun story last night, Holden, the Australian the professional championship was decided, and a pretty good game, but they gave the most valuable player to a player on the losing team. I don't say a player, a very famous player, Matthew Dellavedova. And he was on the losing team. And when he was kind of given the award, the fans kind of booed a little bit there. He plays for Melbourne United, and they lost to the Illawarra Hawks. So Illawarra Hawks won the championship for just the second time.
How do you know about this stuff?
I bet on it.
How do you know about this, Ramon? This is insane.
I bet on this NBL because here's the thing, Holden. I do a show at 6 a.m. You watch Australian sports on that when that happens.
You got a lot of time to fill.
Yeah. Well, come on. I hurry at the end of my show because I talk so much. So the Hawks win the championship, right? Over Melbourne United. They give the MVP trophy to Dellavedova. He walks over, hands it to the top player on the winning team and says, hey, he says on the microphone, steps down, walks right over to the star player, an Aborigines player. So don't want to say why Dellavedova got it over this man, but he walked right over, gave him the award there for their championship. He gave him that MVP trophy there.
That's really nice of him.
Say it again, brother.
That's really nice of him. You think he gave him the money that came with it too?
No, but also want to shout out. Here's a player who actually played better, I think, in the game was a former San Diego State star, Trey Kell. Had 26 points, 11 rebounds, and 7 assists in that fifth. It was the fifth and deciding game, so it was the final game there. Hello, Kenny P in the chat. Nice to see you, Kenny. All right, Ole Miss here, 3-point lead right now. We're just minutes away. New Mexico and Michigan State. Also, some other action coming up in NIT and CBI contests here with tonight still to come. Any college basketball fans are going to be looking for some games. We're running out of tournament games, so we do have NIT action between Alabama, Birmingham, and Santa Clara. Santa Clara 6.5 total. 172. These NIT totals really continue to go up and up and up. You got to get on these totals kind of early here. It looks like Big O did go under in that Kent State Stanford. Oh, right, Big O. I know I said it looked like the Sharps were favorite there, but man, I'm scared there a little bit with that one. But I'll root for you here. Also, Jacksonville State and Cal Irvine tonight. Irvine favored by 8 total. 141.5, and that wraps up our coverage of NIT, CBI, all the CBI games have already gone off here today. The final one here is down to the last 35 seconds of the game. It's going to be close against the spread as Illinois State leads 74-67. They were a 5-point favorite with a total 143. So Illinois State trying to hang on. They're up by 9 now. Looks like they'll get the money against Presby in the CBI tournament. CBI tournament played at, I think all the games are played in Daytona Beach, Florida down there, Holden. But, man, I want a shake now all of a sudden of some kind. Muted, brother. Muted, brother. Muted.
Basement. It's cold. Whew. It's from that milkshake, man. It made me all cold.
I want to be colder right now. I want to be colder.
I think I have to put the CSU game on. There's no way there's another game that's going to be this interesting at this point.
Okay. No, Ole Miss is still 8:42 left in the first half. So
second half.
No, I said the Ole Miss game.
Oh, the Ole Miss game. Yeah, that's early. And then New Mexico, Michigan. Now that Michigan State, they push it back another 5 minutes to 8:55. You got any thoughts on Oregon, Arizona tonight? Because I dug into this game and I got nothing. Nothing. I wasted 45 minutes of my day. That's it. I mean, Oregon, Arizona, Oregon 3.5-point dogs, plus 146 money line, Arizona minus 76, 151.5 the total.
Right, well, I was hoping we get Gerardo here. We got only a half an hour. 13 minutes here before the night game here at the CONCACAF. Well, no, I guess we're going to start at 9:30 Eastern, 6:30 Pacific. So maybe we'll still hear from them here. I like Mexico over Panama here. And kind of like that play they talk about. This is going to be a fantastic finish with those CSU Rams, though.
Let's go to overtime, Josh. Let's get some overtime in Maryland, Colorado State. Let's do it. We can hang on for another 15 minutes. We can hang out for an hour. Ramon, it's up to you, buddy. I wanted to get to the end of the Maryland, Colorado State game. That was my main goal.
Nuggets, by the way, blowing out the Rockets here all of a sudden. Holden Nuggets up by 17. Going to send me down to defeat here, it looks like.
Oh, Mel. She's losing her 2-1
Well, here's the thing, and Mel is an expert bettor. And look, there's a difference between super high roller and high rollers like Mel. But I think one thing, I'm not saying mistakes or anything, but a lot of people, when you have a game, right, there's one thing that very, very sharp bettors do that the average bettor, or even some of these people that I go on the air with criticize. And I'm not a huge, I'm a modest bettor. I bet heavy volume, so it's not as big an issue. But if some people are out there betting, say you bet a game, Holden, say you bet a nickel or a dime, and it's still a nice, sizable bet for your bankroll or everything, but they're bigger bets, and you're just playing 1, 2, 3 bets a game for 500, 1,000, or 2,000.
That is not my.
People are afraid to get off their bet. If you're not winning your game by halftime, unless you can convince yourself that, hey, you know what? I think my team has the depth, and I expected them to go ahead and crush in the second half. If it's not going your way, professional bettors, they will get out of the game as close as they can to, if they can, to not getting sided, because nobody wants that situation, obviously. But people are afraid to get off their bets a lot of times because pride gets in the way sometimes. But I will tell you this, professional bettors that I know will get off their bets immediately if they think it is not, they're not going to sweat it out and say, hey, once they determine maybe that it's not really looking.
You can't always get off a bet, though.
No, and you don't want to get sided for sure. But, most professionals are taking bets that are, in that minus 110 range or whatever. I'm not saying you're getting off a bet because you're getting beat. I'm saying, hey, you took a game and it's right on the spread somewhere at halftime. Why isn't your best bet or your biggest bet winning already? Right? So there is opportunities get off your bet or at least hedge out a part of it. Too many people gamble on and say, hey, that's my play, I'm sticking with it. And I don't know, I'm dealing with real sums here. So maybe call me scared or whatever. This is my professional attitude on some of those bets. So that's just the way I kind of play it sometimes on the bigger bets.
All right, let me give you a spiel here for Nuke the House. I know we got a lot of people from Ramon's shop, Sports Money Network over here. We're going to give you a free week if you haven't already used it. Free week at nukethehouse.com. Weekly plan is just $19.99. $59.99 a month is our most popular plan. But if you just want to check us out, see what we do live, we'll have the Major League Baseball show starting a week from Tuesday. Me and Maddie will do that. Me and Sean Fox are on Thursday, Fridays, NBA, NHL, whatever else is going on. We'll have the Elite Eight. And then the boys just crush NASCAR. I know it was a bad weekend in NASCAR for the guys. They'll bounce back. They're the best in the business. 100%. They got the record to back it up. Check us out. One free week. NASCAR is back. Go to nukethehouse.com. Use the code and you're in. Smash the like button too if you're here. How many guys you got at your shop?
We got a core group about 6 guys that make appearances. We're kind of MMA centric. MMA is not my specialty there. These guys are better. I don't even go on the MMA show because I'd get in the way with these guys. I watch our shows, obviously, and I listen to, and I try to stay on point with our guys, especially the games, the matches that I like, that they like, but I don't get in their way. But, we have 2 anchor shows, really. We have a show in the morning that I do, and then a show in the afternoon at 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 Pacific with our the channel proprietor, Mikey Money, we call him, Mike M from the Northeast. And so we kind of have the 2 anchors there and have some other shows in between, some live content shows. Thursday night's our night. I couldn't join you there, but that's our kind of our featured night. I'd like to have more shows, and I look for opportunities to get on these live programming there a little bit. But I always make a joke, Holden. Everybody wants to do content until it's time to do content, it seems like.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of time to fill, and you need a lot of people, and you need people that are actually good at what they do. Hey, real quick, Iowa State they were getting completely rolled. 28-17 Ole Miss on top of the Cyclones. Was that a 17-2 run that I'm seeing here?
Yeah, Ole Miss on fire here right now. Iowa State can't seem to find it. They finally here have dropped a 3 in, but they're still down 8 here with 6:38 to go.
So Troy, is it Machir? I used to work with him at Rivers. Colorado State ranks 272nd out of 364 teams in offensive rebounding. They have 13 offensive rebounds to Maryland's 15 defensive rebounds. So they're cleaning up on the offensive glass. I still think Maryland, 5.5 minutes to play, Maryland down 4. Woo! How are we doing on the total too?
Well, we're getting a close finish here. We make our night here with an exciting game. I want to hit this one as a premium tonight with Maryland, but that's all right.
The total is sinking. Thing was up in the 150s. It's back down to 144.5. We're on 142.5 here on the show. I am, at least. Ooh.
You're on the over here as well.
This total, yeah, I bet it live. It was the pre-flop number, and it's 144.5 now.
Yeah, one plug here for Nuke the House. A lot of times I'll be sitting here doing my thing, Holden, just watching my games, watching my bets. I might not be on the air at that time. And, well, what do you know? I got my, devices kind of set up right here next to me, right here next to me. And so it pops, it just pops up when Foxy or whoever comes there plays. I've got the notifications on. It gives me some live betting, even if I don't tail it. It gives me something to consider. Maybe I go look at it myself and try to get on it. So really is a great feature of the Nuke the House program. When you get involved with these guys, you get those updates. Just set your notifications in the Discord and the plays will pop right up on your device. It really makes for nice flow as you're watching games, and Fox is keeping you updated with his plays,
Final.
even when he's not on the air. Those plays are coming through. So a great program they have here at Nuke the House. I'm part of the fam a little bit.
You are part of the family, Ramon. You're cousin Ramon.
Hey, let's spreads endorsing me, Holden, right? I mean, I've been around.
Fuck, dude, Maryland this is amazing. They're down 5, and Colorado State just turned the ball over inexplicably for no reason, just ball going out of bounds.
Yeah, it was off Colorado State there.
Ooh, they had possession too. Notifications are a game changer. Yeah.
You don't see Nick Clifford make mistakes like that, really. He's so sure-handed.
Real-time in-game betting notifications. That's what we do here at Nuke the House. NukeTheHouse.com. NASCAR is back as the code 1 free week. Viper took Maryland plus 20. I mean, they're just it just chucked up a 3 from downtown way out there to cut it to 64-62. So at 126 now, 17 points I need. Let's get overtime.
Yeah,
so Colorado State,
there.
That turnover was costly, Ramon. Just ball bouncing out. No one's around them. And it leads to a 3 from Maryland. They were down 5, now down 2.
Queen with the block, and here come the Terps.
I mean,
put it up and in. This game is tied.
Oh, boy. We got a tie game. We're at 128. Need 15 points.
Ole Miss
in the
by
last
9 over the other game.
So I want the overtime more than I want the over, but both would be nice. This has been the best game. Yeah, I think that UConn-Florida game was the best game of the day. This is probably the second best game of the day. Maryland-Colorado State. There haven't been that many games, but this is really good, and it could move into first depending on the last 3 minutes.
No doubt we'd be down to Sweet 16 today. So this is the weekend of weekends. I mean, we know it's those, Thursday and Friday, those 16 games that we love that make it so magical.
Michigan State and New Mexico just underway. Michigan State closed 6.5-point favorites, 149 total.
Okay. Let me fire up the triple screen there now.
Actually, it's set at 148. 148.5 or 149.5. This total's a point off on a couple of different places. From our chat to God's ears, Josh. Overtime, one time, please. Right now. Let's get it. That would guarantee an over too. Woo! We're sweating out the total here. What do you think the total is? They shut it down. Last 3 minutes, they're not going to show a total around that game. Oregon, Arizona starting in 40 minutes. Man, again, I just looked into it. I don't see anything, man. I just didn't see anything. Tomorrow we got what's that?
Well, I'm on Oregon here. Does really Arizona deserve to be a couple basket favorite over this team right now? I didn't think so. So I went Oregon and another under here. I'm on a lot of unders in the NCAA tournament.
It's an old Pac-10 matchup.
That's right.
Pac-10, Pac-12. Bill Walton, I hope you're watching upstairs, buddy. I hope you're watching upstairs, Bill Walton.
And they wouldn't let it die because of Bill. That's why the Pac-12 will still be around, whatever it's going to be called next.
Yeah.
With Oregon State, Washington State, the Mountain West teams joining in.
Is that what they're going to call it? Like the Pac something again?
Well, I think, I don't think there'll be 12 teams right now. Right? It looks a little short of that. So, but the conferences haven't changed their names because of the numbers. So I imagine it'll still be called the Pac.
Let's go back to the Pac.
You could call it the Pac West, except that there's already a small college league called the Pac West.
There is?
Yeah, it's like a
NAIA or something?
Yeah.
I should say.
Something like that. You'd think I would know, and I kind of do, but I don't. It's kind of like, right, I know there is a Pac West conference right now. You're going to make me Google it. Or now
Logo's up 7-0, pal. 2 minutes into the game. Now, I just took the total. I put the total on there for us. Did the Tennessee women start?
Yeah, they're down right now into the first. They were down here at the end of the first quarter right now by 4 points. And now we've reached halftime, and Tennessee is in the lead, 40-35 here at halftime. Just went to halftime.
That's good. That's good news. We're on Tennessee tonight. Women's basketball, correct?
Yep. Go Lady Balls.
The spam is just eating us alive.
Remember the great one of my favorite players from the old days, Shamiqua Holdsclaw.
We're not private tonight, Kenneth Peacock. We are a public show this evening. That's why we got the spam.
Yeah, and you're always going to get that tournament spam. And,
did you look at tomorrow's games yet?
Yeah, I've started to. You're talking about the NBA games, or
no, NCAA?
Oh, you mean next Thursday's the upcoming games? You mean?
I should say next Thursday.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, for next Thursday, we could look at some of those lines, certainly, and just like review them anyway, and see if there's been any moves at all.
Yeah, let's go sweat the last 3 minutes of this Maryland-Colorado State game.
Then we'll Maryland back in the lead.
I'm going to go hang out with my nephew.
Oh, great.
So we'll cut it off a little early. Just wanted to get on tonight, though, because
you're going to make me go get an ice cold
milkshake.
Yeah,
it's so good. So much sugar, so much fat, so much.
I know, but it just at least that means I'm feeling better, right? I had a steak.
Yeah.
I'm ready to eat some real food. Been drinking water for like 2 days straight, which is a good thing, but not when you're. Oh, and Maryland by 4 here, Holden.
Good, because I'm probably going to need some foul shots. We're at 142. We need 11 points. 11 points to go. Please. We got 143. Hold on.
That one was Julian Reese, Angel Reese's brother.
So Maryland on a 9-0 run. They score here. That's it. Colorado's got to score. I don't know if they start thinking about fouling, but 6-7 point deficit, that much time, you're not going to start fouling yet. That would be really good for the over. That being said, the total, the overtime bet is in play too at 9-1. Josh got it. I got it plus 840, just a sprinkle. Look at that 9-0 run for Maryland. Colorado State scored 2 points in the last 6.5 minutes.
Yeah, but a key turnover there and or key miss there. Colorado State comes back down, draws a foul, going to the line here down 4 with the 136 left. You got the man Nick Clifford going to the line here. Really, this is the man you're going to want handling the ball, obviously, down the stretch here and try to get them in this game. Illinois State beat Presbyterian just moments ago, 78-70 in some conference tournament action and covered the spread.
Kenneth, here's what the game for Mexico-Panama, CONCACAF, Paramount Plus, Direct TV stream. That's here in America. You're over in you are over in England though. So VPN, VIX with Sling TV. That's where we're getting it. So
I'm just putting on my Paramount Plus right now here.
Paramount Plus. They got good shows on Paramount Plus. Ooh, the Rams get it within 2. 68-66, about 1:48 to play. Was it about 1:48 or actually 1:48 to play? 1:36 to play. And we're at 133 points.
Well, we don't get Gerardo. I'm going to be on Mexico here. I'm going to get on some different variations of Mexico minus less than a goal if I have. I didn't mind that suggestion of adding the under 3.5 goals to get it at plus even money, maybe plus 105 or so. And like Mexico to really look impressive here. This Mexico looks great. I'm really happy. I'm a fan of whatever's going on politically. I'm a fan of the Mexican national team. I like the U.S. national team better, but I mean, we got problems.
We've had problems for a little bit now.
President wants to talk about how he helped get the World Cup here. How about help fix the World Cup. How about fixing the national team a little bit?
Sparty's fighting back. 13:46 to play first half. 14-11 Lobos jumped out to an 11. Make it a 7-0 lead. I want to say 7-0.
And Ole Miss has gone into a 3-minute drought here, but they still lead by 13 because Iowa State can't finish. Call it 11 now as they make a bucket. So here we go. Rams by
overtime.
10 to go.
This overtime is in play, Josh. 9-1, 8.4-1. Oh boy, minute to play. That the over is going to die now, unless Maryland can force them to go to the line.
Where is it?
We're tied. Let's go. Let's go.
Lake with the bucket. 48 to go. Timeout.
It drives me nuts that college doesn't go 2 for 1. Only Bill Self seems to do that. But tied. 45.7. Where's Josh? Josh's got to be in here. Come on, Josh. Let's go. Let's get this one home. Let's go to overtime.
Rams
We're at
here for the Mountain West.
136. I need 7 points. Ugh. I don't know if we're getting there in regulation. I hope so, though. How much did you put on it, Josh? Damn, I only threw $25 on it. What'd you put? Did you put like 100 on there? Looking for the big payout tonight? Come on, man. I'm throwing chump change. I bet chump change. NFL, $100 better. Up to about $50 a bet now for college basketball. Not a big better. $20. All right, Josh, you're right. You're right there with me.
Hey, one man's pittance is another man's fortune. I'm never belittling anybody's look. I mean, you guys would actually probably laugh at the amount because I'm such a high volume, my top plays, I'm going to play pretty strong, but my success comes in percentage. So really, I mean, when you deal with unit sizes, I like to, just play it straight. I mean, you're talking about hundreds and then down to 75, 50s, 25s. There is nothing wrong with that at all. And then when I'm peppering the board, I'm just firing away with just nickels and small nickels and just because. He just missed that 3.
They almost stole it, and they got the rebound. Maryland did. Where is it a foul?
What's
on
the call? Floor?
Oh boy. Woo. That is an awesome
so
game.
Even though he got the board, he was being held, and the call was was on the Rams.
The call should go against the Rams. It did, didn't it? Yeah. Maryland's going to line. 20 seconds left.
That's what I mean. Maryland still got the rebound, and Mbemba was holding him, and he still got the board, and he got called for the foul.
Yeah. So here's the deal. We got Oregon, Arizona coming up at 9:40 Eastern. So we're about 32 minutes away from that one.
Okay.
We've got New Mexico leading Michigan State 16-11. There's not been a lot of points in this game. And that would be good for us, right? 150.5 is the total. So it's actually up a point, 2 points from where we bet it. Okay. It's early. And then Iowa State, every year they just disappoint in the tournament. Ole Miss 39, Iowa State 27. Ole Miss 6.5-point favorites now, 146.5 of the total. Oregon plus 4.5 against Arizona, minus 10 both sides there, 150.5 the total, minus 10 both sides there. This is BetMGM, and Oregon plus 65 on the money line, 165.
I'll take exception to that one a little. I mean, Iowa State still made it to the last 3 Sweet 16s. I know what you're saying. They don't get past that point really, but they might end up missing it here. But that's it's still Iowa State we're talking about. There's Angel Reese's brother at the line here.
All right, they're up 1. How does this game get over 142.5 in regulation now? What are we at? 138. So we're going to need Colorado State quick miss.
Yeah, but we're on. You see how Colorado State's going to play this. I would imagine
Yeah, or we
You know,
get a tie.
that last shot
Yeah.
with time left, just in case here.
A 3 would
And
be an
you
interesting
hate to see it.
scenario
You got to
too.
get it to Clifford somehow, and there's going to be a timeout.
Are they
You
playing
want
for the
Clifford
last
handling
shot?
the ball.
What are
Huh?
they doing?
Timeout. You want Clifford handling the ball here, making the right decision here at this point. Unfortunately, that 10 seconds has a little bit crucial here. But Clifford couldn't get to a position to get the ball. So, give a lot of credit. One thing I think about Colorado State in this streak here is they are so well coached by Medved. He is really this isn't going to be his last stop.
I'm sweating here, Ramon. I mean, I'm cold, but this is quite the sweat. Maryland up 70-68, 11.4 seconds. We got a 9-1 on overtime. I got 8 plus 840. And then I got over 142.5. I can't go 0-2 on the show plays. That would be disgusting, especially after the day we've had here in the night last night. Showing up weak like that. Come on, Ramon. I'm better than that. Yeah. Sean Fisher, live betting.
Because I was telling you in the chat, I said, I was in the 99.9 percentile on the ESPN brackets till late last night. So that's all right. I got a little.
Mel's hitting the Kings money line. LA Kings hockey money line. Mel, I'm sweating this game out too much to go looking for lines right now. But thank you.
Yeah, Kings down 1-0. Golden Knights all over the Lightning, 3-0 early in the game. Man, the Golden Knights always covering those puck lines at home right now. They are destroying an incredible run of puck line wins at home. Golden Knights. Here we go.
Like 4 seconds ahead of me on the stream. I'm going to put you on mute. You could talk all you want. I'm just going to so that I don't.
No, you give me the play-by-play. You give me the play-by-play, Mr. PvP.
I don't want to give play-by-play. I just want to react. All right, I'll leave it on, though. But, boy, this should be fun. Let's get it to overtime. No, not a 3. Oh, he hit it. Oh, Colorado State by a point. Oh, what a fucking ballsy shot that was, Ramon. Oh.
Another clutch shot by Lake. He has made the big plays down in the stretch here for Colorado State. He had that 15-footer just moments ago. So look, Clifford is your man, but Jalen Lake, man, unbelievable what we see. He's not, the best. Well, he's pretty solid. I mean, he's a 34%.
Overtime's dead. Overtime's dead. I need a bucket here right now to get over 142.5. We're at 141. Oh man. This is you're on the under in this game, is that correct?
No, I have the over in the CSU Maryland game.
Oh, the pre-flop over, which was what, 142.5, right?
142.5.
Oh, we both need a bucket here by Maryland.
Final.
I really like Colorado State too. It's cool. Denver doesn't have good college basketball here. Colorado and Boulder, no. People kind of rooting for CSU.
NIT final, North Texas 65, Arkansas State 63. Arkansas State got the money. It went under, a rare under here in the NIT.
The only way we get overtime, Josh, is if Colorado State inexplicably fouls and we get one of the 2 free throws. Literally the only way we can do it.
Yeah. Now, the man that you want, obviously, Jacoby Gillespie, or Miguel too. I mean, Miguel's your man. I mean, he is, probably like a top 75 3-point shooter in the country. Miguel shoots about 43% from 3. And, but to me, I think Gillespie is kind of the more clutch players. So these are the 2 guys that you're going to want to look for. Number 0, Jacoby Gillespie. Number 9, Selton Miguel here. Look, right. Derek Queen is awesome. There's no doubt about it. You don't need the 3, but I'm just saying you're not going to go for an inside bucket here with 3.7. Right. I don't think you get it to Queen. I think you go for one of the shooters.
All right. It's time to sweat. I need a bucket here. We need a bucket here. You got the over too. We need a buck, but this is a show. This is a bet on the banner. It's got to win. Oh boy, especially since the first half bet was sunk. So need this, Ramon. Need this. They should try and get it inside and get fouled. Oh, we got it at the buzzer!
Woo! Queen bucket. Derek Queen
Got it at buzzer. 30-1 a buzzer beater in this game.
Probable shot too, by the way. Holden, if you would have told me when he went down with the ball, put it on the floor, and if that was going to be the shot just as he released it, I bet you would have cussed at him for taking that type of shot.
Put it on the board, Ramon. Put it on the board, my friend. Let's play some music. Let's go. Oh, you're doing that thing. Very happy. Woo! I threw it away as a little comment. 30-1 to go for a buzzer beater.
Yeah, no, in fact, right. First buzzer beater in 2 years here. Sean said it right there. Remember, buzzer beaters kind of don't happen as much as they used to in the old days because of reviews and stuff like that. And they used to not go back and put 0.4 on the clock or something back before all this.
Nice
when
Viper.
we were kids, Holden.
That was sensational. Good job, Viper. Sean
Right,
Fisher,
Holden, look,
Josh.
Holden, you wouldn't advise that to be your last second shot, but Derek Queen is a man like
I don't care, man. He made the damn shot. We didn't go 0-2. We picked up that one, and it's been a strong day, a strong night last night. We'll try and carry it to the Sweet 16.
And you see what Mel said there in the chat. I said for Medved, it wouldn't be his last stop, and Mel's got Medved out the door, ready to take another job right now. So true buzzer beater. Yeah, Big O said it was a pick 'em to get that buzzer beater, and we just saw it right now with the Maryland Terrapins. A buzzer beater in the NCAA tournament. What a way to wrap it up with you, Holden.
How did you make that shot?
Right, a terrible shot selection there, and like I said, I would rather have a pure shooter take it. But Derek Queen's a man. He's the one you brought to the dance, if you know what I mean. And you heard what I called him at the beginning of the show, Holden. Derek Queen, when he's out there, right? I don't know if he'll fit. He'll make the NBA, obviously, with that size and that dexterity, but he is beautifully awkward when he is taking it on the floor there a little bit. He earned that incredible shot there. Had to do a little geometry with that one.
Man, listen, Kevin Willard, the head coach of Maryland, he's a guy that could have a new job too. He called out his athletic director for not committing to him. So this is a guy that could, they make a run here, another win or two. This guy's getting a bigger job. Maryland's not as good a job as it used to be, 20-something years ago. That's it. One buzzer beater in the whole tournament was -10. It was a true buzzer beater. Absolutely. All right, Ramon, thanks for coming in tonight, pal. I appreciate it. Plug your stuff one more time. Sean Fisher wants to know if we're going to Arizona. Like I said, I dug into this game and I got nothing. If this game starts off with both teams raining threes and we get a higher total, maybe I'll bet the under there, but they play at a slower pace. So I didn't want to, I'm just torn on that. Plug the Sports Money Network. I'll plug us and then we'll get out of here.
I will. And I just want to remind everyone I'm taking Mexico here. And just want to show, the Nations League final real quick here.
280?
Huh?
-280?
No, I'm taking a minus either a half or take them Mexico and under 3.5. That'll get you down to about plus 100, plus 105. And I'm not saying that this is a big tournament because it is just the nation's final. But right now, the pregame entertainment is Will Smith, and he's singing "Getting Jiggy with It" right now.
You got to be kidding me.
Pretty good, pretty big name there to run this show here. I'm sure he's getting a pretty penny from them.
Someone slaps him.
to go out here. So anyways, join me tomorrow morning at the Sports Money Network, 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 Pacific. We'll get back into Monday mode here a little bit with some of our other NBA, NHL, and those other small tournaments here this week. Please join me for that show, 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific. I do it every day, so it doesn't matter what day you come by. We do have a little contest at the end of the show, Holden, where we give away a chance to win money. All of the picks that the consensus, the chat agrees on, we roll it into a parlay, and I pay it out if we hit it. So it depends on how many views we get. Obviously, if we get 5 teams, we pay it out at 20-1, 4 teams, 10-1, 3 teams, 6-1, whatever the odds come out to be. So we have a good time with that. And also check me out over on the Tony's Picks YouTube channel, 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 Pacific, Monday through Friday, and catch me right here at Nuke the House.
All right. Most of you know we got to Nuke the House. We've got 2 shows tomorrow, NFL show at 4:00. Spreads back with Tyler for the NBA rundown. They'll be running down the slate of games from a betting perspective. We'll be doing that, I believe, Monday through Friday going forward. So I'm looking forward to that with Spread and Tyler. And if you want to check us out for a week, look, we got a lot. We'll be live betting the Sweet 16, the Elite 8, and then the next weekend, the Final Four, the semifinal, and the championship. So we'll be live betting all the games from here on out. We've got MMA, boys crush MMA, the boys crush NASCAR, although they got crushed this weekend. We're very transparent here, but if you look, hundreds of units have been won in NASCAR. We've got guys that have paid for vacations. One of these guys just sent us a picture down of Aruba because he won so much money from us. We've got another one that bought a Tesla. Was that Josh? Who bought a Tesla with her? I don't think it was Josh.
Oh, boy. I don't know. It worries me a little bit.
We got guys that bought a Tesla. So we do every sport here. I mean, not ping pong. Fox does soccer. Next live show is going to be Wednesday night, me and Fox. And then debuting a week from Tuesday, our MLB show on Tuesday nights. 1 free week if you haven't used it yet, nukethehouse.com. NASCAR is back as the code. Let's root home the Tennessee women. Let's root home the Michigan State under. It's at 147.5 now. We're a little ahead of pace. And Ramon, always good to see you, my friend. Cousin Ramon. I feel like you're a cousin to Nuke the House. I love it. For Ramon, I'm Holden. Let's keep Nuke.